Hey guys, J-Man here, back in the Danger Room, and we're just going to talk about whatever today. Some Superman and Lois. I don't know. Like we were kind of hitting upon Army of the Dead last time, and everybody was calling me a hater, which is fine. Uh, that's my name tag. I gotta get that tattooed on my forehead. That'll be cool. We're just gonna keep it really loose. Talk about comics and stuff as usual. Hey, Skeptic. Thanks for popping by. Finally, you are back. Yes, we're back. Feels like forever since last. Yeah, you have. Yeah, but I missed one last week because I was on the Action Elites live stream. So and I think I'm doing some other one tomorrow on someone else's channel, but I'm not sure if that's confirmed or not. So I'm just kind of waiting around and seeing what's going on with that. Let me adjust myself here. So yeah. Okay, let's bring Steve in. Hey, Steve, how's it going?
Hey, J-Man. It's going. I got my shot. Woo!
Oh, one of two?
One of two.
When did you get it, today?
I got Friday. I got the so I went to the Toronto Congress Center because there's nowhere in Brampton. We go through the government website. There's nowhere in Brampton or Mississauga apparently offering it.
Oh, so I got it 5 minutes from my house. I got it right. I got it at my doctor's office.
Yeah, not me. So when I first went in, I went on the first day that you could go on, and it was like I was 161,500 something in line just to get into the website.
Whoa.
And it struck me that, this is a lot like my dating life. Like whenever I try and date a girl, she's like, well, you're 161,521st in line. Right. So if the other 161,520 people say no, you're definitely good.
You definitely got a shot. 1 second. Hey, Gray Malkin, I sent you a link if you want to come in. Yeah, continue.
So I went to the Toronto Congress Center, and it's pretty, like, getting in there was fine. I don't know if you remember that, because there was I think we went to a show there once. It's got the White Towers in the parking lot.
Sure.
Anyhow, it's a huge place, but it was pretty easy to get in. But like, there's always stations you went to, and I had no idea like why half these stations were there. I felt like I gave them my health card like 20 times before I actually got to the seat.
Right.
And then they were going to inject me, and I just said, "Can you tell me what I'm getting?" Just out of curiosity. She said Pfizer. I'm like, all right, cool. So the only side effects were sore arm, which everyone's been talking about. Headaches came and go like for like 1 second or something. Felt tired, like yawning all the way home, which I wasn't yawning all the way there. So I'm like, oh, it seems to, but nothing major. But it was super fun to get there because it was snowing on Friday, and I got to.
I didn't have snow.
Yeah,
we didn't have snow here.
Yeah, it was snowing.
It was snowing.
Yeah,
we had zero snow.
Yeah, it was snowing.
Oh, I didn't have any snow. That's crazy.
Yeah, so I was like, awesome. May 28th, and it's freaking snowing.
That's crazy. Yeah, well, no, I never had snow here. It was a little bit cold, but wasn't anything to go crazy over. Yeah, Steve had snow in his neck of the woods. He's only like 15 minutes away from me, so that's weird. I had no snow.
Yeah,
I mean, my shot was really fast. I went in there and but it was the place I know, so it was very easy. Here on the can. Oh, that's good. Good. Steve, he was wishing for you to come in.
All
right. Well, we kind of missed Thursday.
Yeah.
Because I took a day off. I was doing too many. I was just doing too many streams. I just needed a break. So we could talk a little bit about. You read Detective, right?
I did.
What'd you think of Detective?
Well, I thought both titles, Detective and Robin. I really like both a lot this time.
Yeah, Robin.
I'm really digging Robin.
I like Robin a lot.
It feels like Mortal Kombat to me.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's Mortal Kombat with Robin, and you get 3 lives. That's cool.
Yeah.
Like, because the Lazarus Pit brings you back.
Yeah.
So they're on Lazarus Island.
Yeah.
Which is pretty neat. So yeah, you literally have You literally have Mortal Kombat with Robin.
Sorry, 1 sec.
Yeah.
Thank you for dinner, son.
You're welcome.
Are
Sorry.
you good? Okay.
Yeah, I was just being thanked for providing dinner for my family.
All right. Yeah. So, hey, Caleb, what's going on? Steve has Alien Part 1 shirt with the egg. Yeah. That's my 11th favorite movie. I literally have it's literally my 11. It just didn't squeeze into the top 10. But it's in the top 20.
But yeah, this was pretty good. I like the Detective Comics. Like, I did not think that was Lady Clayface. When it's like, oh, is that Lady Clayface? I'm like, what?
That was cool.
That was out of nowhere, man. That was awesome.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, and by the way, Skeptic, most people think of me when they are on the can. I would just like to know that 88% of people who know me think of me when they're actually on the can.
Yeah, that's Steve's superpower. Yeah, I like this. So I mean, again, it's like people are dying. We're not sure what's going on. So there's actually a mystery. It's Detective Comics. He's a detective. So hopefully we get more of that in some of the movies. Robin's been really cool because it's just been a for fun kind of tournament.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna fight different people on this island. It's literally Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
It's exactly Mortal Kombat. I picked this up, Milestone.
Yes.
Number 0.
Yes, you mentioned that.
I thought it was a bit disappointing. We can get into it once if we have, down the line, if we have other people coming in and wanting to talk about it. I'm probably still going to get all the number 1s that come out of this. Oh, give me a second here. I'm like choking here. Hold on a second. Let me just mute my mic. All right, I think I'm okay.
Better?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm still gonna get the number 1s to see how it goes.
Yeah.
But they pulled a little bit of one of my sins, one of my comic book sins, which is I don't mind if you're parroting, or not parroting, but if you're referencing, like day-to-day stuff to a point. I don't want every comic I read to just be about whatever's happening in the modern world, because I'm escaping the modern world by reading comics. But if you're actually literally going to have, like, page 2, it's like literally BLM protest. And I'm like, seriously? Like, it's not even like a protest where they're just having a protest. That's what I'm saying. Like, when they're referencing something real, I don't even like that really that much, but it's not even referencing something real. It's literally showing you something that's actually real that you can say, hey, that is actually real. I understand why they're doing it, but because I understand why they're doing it, that doesn't mean anything to me. I don't like it in my comics. That said, if you ignore that part of it, there's some neat stuff. The Hardware looks like a cool character. And Icon looks pretty good. So yet again, you have, all of these original Black characters ready to go for movies. This just came out. Like, this is this week's book. This did come out digital first as a prelude or whatever. So it's an issue 0. From this, there's going to be 4 titles that will be spawned. One for Icon, one for Hardware, and 2 others. I don't remember all the names. It's Angel Guy, I think. Sean Static Shock will have his book. So literally you had all of this ready to go. So I don't understand why they can't use these characters. And Icon in this is wicked. He's basically Superman. So you have a Black Superman who's a good character, and these books promoted, at least when they came out, I don't know about now, because I don't really pay attention to race because I don't pay attention to race. It actually doesn't matter to me. But I think a lot of those writers are Black writers. So it is Black creators that are coming together to make these books. So use those characters, right? I think it'd be very good to use those characters. So Robin's pretty good. He's just fighting. He's just going to fight. The next one's going to be where the action begins. Being able to watch Alien as a kid. Oh yeah, the egg.
It's very tame.
It's tame now, but it's creepy. I'm good. I was just joking there for a bit. Nightwing Final Fight Batman. I don't know. I don't know. No,
No,
that's
it's
not
probably
gonna
going to
happen.
be Connor Hawk. It looks like it's going to
Yeah.
be the main guy.
Yeah, Connor Hawk is the one who's going to be. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It'll be him.
It's almost guaranteed.
No,
Alfred is
Alfred's
the one.
dead. Alfred's dead. So Action Comics came out, and also Stargirl, and I don't think you or Sean read Stargirl.
No.
But I loved it. It's so good.
Really?
I'm collecting it for sure. It has a JSA, and I'm a sucker for JSA.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be collecting this. There's really not going to be any. This was just a special. It's a one-shot special, so it does. But it is going to branch off into its own book. And let me see. Oh, sorry, my phone is going off here. It is going to branch off into its own book. I'll show you. And the art's pretty nice, and and I found it to be very colorful. You know what I mean? It just looks very colorful. Hey, Andrew, what's going on, dude? Yeah, no worries. We'll do Spider-Man because I'm doing Superman the week after. So let's do Spider-Man. We're going to talk some more Spider-Man with Andrew this Friday, so that'll be fun. Yeah. So I just found it very colorful, and it just looked cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I like this. It's Jeff Johns.
I watched some of the first season of
Stargirl.
It was good. I really like Stripes.
Yeah, he's cool.
And they do have like the one thing they've done, which is something I've always wanted them to do, is they have a live action Solomon Grundy, which I always thought. Yeah.
Did they have him in Stargirl?
Yeah, they did.
That's awesome. So Andrew, this Friday, it's going to be this Friday coming up that you and I are going to talk, and I'll send you a link at like 6:00 or so. So that'll be this Friday, and then the next Friday is going to be Sean wants to do Superman, just me and him. I'm like, okay. I was like, so again, Steve, if you want to do anybody, just you and me, just tell me. We're just going to do it. It's like you guys can. It's just a no brainer. If you guys want to do a character or a movie or a franchise or whatever, we'll just do it. So I didn't know. Did you buy the Blu-ray of Stargirl or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
yeah, I did watch it yet. I feel like you and I should do like a Stephen King stream. That seems like.
Oh, yeah. I've read Gunslinger.
Yeah.
That's it. I've read that was the end.
But we can do the movies too, because you've seen a lot of the movies.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the movies. Yeah, I watched Gunslinger. I read Gunslinger. That's it. I found Gunslinger to be very easy to read, actually, and really cool. And I never saw the movie, actually, Dark Tower movie. So I don't know. I don't even know if that. Maybe I should watch that this week. And
I honestly think you would find it not a bad movie, just because if you've only seen the first one and you don't know what happens, you'd be like, oh, that was fun, right? Like, it's one of those things. If you're a massive Dark Tower fan, and I'm not actually saying I'm a massive Dark Tower fan. I like the series. It's not like the be all and end all, which it is for a lot of people. My favorite is still The Stand, but it's not a good representation of the books. Duh.
Right.
But if you haven't really read into it too much, you'll be like, that's cool. It's kind of weird, right? Like the Gunslinger being in modern times is like really atrociously weird, because the only time he was in modern times, or modern times back then, he was actually in another body. Like he would jump from body to body.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I like the opening lines. It's like the what is it? Something like
the man in black fled across the Gunslinger
followed or whatever. Yeah, pursued him or something. That's cool.
Just to give you a spoiler, the last book, the last line is the first line.
Yeah, I thought so. It's like it just starts again.
Yeah, it just starts again.
I
like that. I'm going to show you some cool things I got this week.
I'll show you something I got too. But yeah, go ahead. Show.
I got this today from Edward.
Let's make it full screen.
So this is a journal. It's leather, and the designs are awesome. It comes with a pen.
Yeah, it's steampunk. Yeah.
Yeah, this is cool. Like super cool. It's got Time Machine on it and stuff. So that's cool. I got Prince of Darkness 4K.
Oh, cool.
And this is the original cover, isn't it? This is like the VHS cover.
Yeah, that's the cover.
Yeah, I thought so.
The one I have is the I guess it was Shout Factory. Who made that? Who made that one?
This one has the Shout. This one I think is Shout, but it's not the reversible cover. It's just this one.
What? Let me see the other. Let me see the inserted cover. Let me see the other cover.
It's just
Oh, it's the same.
Yeah,
it's from Shout Factory.
I think so, unless I can switch it up. Yeah, see, the other side's just white.
Oh, wow.
So it doesn't have the insert.
Yeah, I always prefer the real covers. Even though I actually don't really like that cover, I would prefer that cover because that's the cover.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't particularly like that cover, but I would still use that cover if I had a choice because that's the cover.
The weird thing is, Jay, is that the Blu-ray disc, of course, comes with the Blu-ray, is the Shout Factory Blu-ray. It says Shout Factory on the Blu-ray disc, so so
that gives you both versions.
Yeah,
that's both versions. So it's obviously Shout Factory.
Yeah, but they didn't do that. Also got
Police
Story.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I have Police Story. I think 2 and 3 somewhere here. Is that Police Story Part 1 or all of them?
This is 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
This is the Criterion version.
Yeah. 1 and 2 are they're both good, and also 3 is good too.
Yeah, I haven't watched these yet.
You only saw 3. You saw 3 though. Super Cop is 3.
Yeah, I saw 3.
Yeah,
but I didn't see 1 and 2.
I haven't seen 1 and 2 either, but I have them. What's that one? Oh, Throne of Blood. Oh, those are cool. Yeah. Those are cool.
Which, if no one knows, that's Kurosawa doing Macbeth.
Yeah, I don't have that one. I don't have that.
That Hidden Fortress is Star Wars, right?
Yep.
And then finally,
it's apparently awful. Okay, so we'll talk about that.
Sisters, which is Brian De Palma. This is Margot Kidder.
Oh, I never saw that.
Yeah,
I may have heard. I think I heard of it. Is that Criterion?
Yep. Yeah, I've never seen this either.
I've never seen that at all. So you can tell me if it's any good.
I will. Sean sent me this. It's a week tomorrow. A week today is my birthday. So
yeah, and Sean's is a week
Monday.
Like the
day after.
The day after. We're gonna watch Loki. Yeah, Andrew, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm going backstage tomorrow. Oh, okay, cool. It's fine. It doesn't. You don't even feel it going in. That's right. I know Loki's sick at this point. We'll see. I'm now hearing that Tom Hiddleston is not in the entire thing.
You know, I'm thinking the more when I saw the trailer, because I'll be honest. Thank you. I'll be honest with you. When I saw the trailer, because I'm sick of him too. Like, I'm sick. Like, Loki's not a hero. Stop. Like, trying to make this a thing. But when I watched it, I felt more like this was a Time Bureau thing. You know, like it was like about more so the organization and using Loki.
Yeah, less about Loki.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of this show. I know everyone likes Loki, and everybody comes to me. I love Loki. My wife loves Loki. I'm like, I know, but I hate to say hashtag not my Loki, but like,
yeah,
I want Loki from part 1, who's a piece of trash villain, who's despicable. Like, making him funny, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna watch it for sure. I really like WandaVision. I don't like Falcon and Winter Soldier. I've decided that I just don't like it. The first 2 episodes are okay, and then after that, I don't care. And I don't know about Loki. I don't know what's going on. It's just like, his arc. Yeah. Like,
I don't know why. Like, Tom Hiddleston's a good actor. I don't understand where the Loki love came from. Maybe because he was the best part of the first 2 Thor movies, and otherwise they were rather bland. I don't know. But like, all of a sudden, like, he's in Endgame and all that. I'm like, why do we keep going back to Loki? He's done. Like, he's had his moment, and let's move on. Like, we don't go back to hardly any other Marvel villains in the MCU. Why do we keep going back to Loki? It's just, It's annoying.
Yeah, like I like Loki. I mean, I don't mind that they go back. I don't know. Like, what is this? What is this show? He's gonna be just traveling through time. Like, what do I care? Like, I'm trying to figure out why I should care about this. Like, does this have anything to do with anything? Is it? I don't know. Trying to make Agent Carter a bad guy for the next season.
Oh, that's a fail if that's the case.
No, I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna do.
That
Wait,
would be
Agent
a fail.
Carter? You're talking about like Sharon Carter or Peggy Carter or someone else?
Well, I think isn't Peggy Carter coming back? Isn't Haley Atwell coming back for Loki?
She might. Yeah. Thanks. This is the this was the Charles Soule Daredevil. I don't know. Yeah, she's coming back. That's cool. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
we'll see. I mean, we're gonna watch it. Obviously, I'll watch it, and we'll just see how it goes. But I'm not like all over. I'm not all over this Loki show or whatever. Everyone says I'm a big MCU guy, but that's not really true. I'm an everything guy. I will watch everything. I will check it out. Yeah, Sean. It's Sean and Steve's birthday coming up. Mine's in August. I'm the baby of the group. So I'm not. I don't just swallow up. Like, even though I buy everything and I like everything and I watch everything, it doesn't mean I'm just going to say everything's the best. I'm not a DC fanatic. I'm not a Marvel fanatic. I am, in the sense that I do like and buy everything, but I'm not going to just say everything is the best just to say it's the best because I'm following this brand. I'm not a brand fan. It's like, if I love Star Wars like more than anyone knows, and I'm not going to just automatically love anything with that Star Wars, right? I need to like it. Now, am I going to still buy if it's Star Wars? Yes. Like, I'm watching Bad Batch. I like the first couple episodes. I didn't see episode 3 yet. So I'll probably buy Bad Batch when it comes out, obviously, because I buy everything anyways. But again, I'm not going to just eat everything up and be like, oh, this is the best.
yeah, I've watched.
Well,
Sharon Carter.
Yeah, whatever. For sure.
There you go.
84 was exhausting at best. I don't know. Everyone's always angry at it.
But
It's
the problem, guys, is first of all, Gray thanks and Skeptic thanks for the happy birthday wishes in advance. You know what's funny is that you would think the audience would know by now. The more you make fun of something that J-Man likes, the more he's just going to dig in his heels and love it even more. This goes.
It has the reverse effect.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to when I first knew you and we were talking about the Scream franchise. And the more people tried to convince you that Scream was the best horror thing ever to come along the pike, the more you were like, no, it's not. Like, it's like, I love how everyone keeps bringing up Wonder Woman 84 to you, trying to get your goat, but it's not going to work because you're just going to be like, I love Wonder Woman 84 and that's it.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Like, nothing. Yeah. I found Steve and Sean and I had a blog way back in the day. It's still up. I found it today. It's still up. Yeah.
Oh,
the Phantom Zone blog. Yeah. And I found I found an article that I wrote where I dissed Chris Evans Captain America, and I dissed Iron Man 1. I dissed Captain America 1, and I dissed Iron Man 1. And I said, Iron Man 1 is literally him making a suit for 2 hours. And I'm like, just make it. Right?
Yeah.
And then Captain America 1, I said, why isn't he wearing the American flag? Like, why does he have straps that are red to make it look like it's the Avengers costume of Captain America is good. Right? But the first Avenger costume is a cool suit, but it still looks more soldiery and it's got straps. And you're like, well, why is the straps red then? Like, they're only red to make it look like it's the stripes. And I'm thinking, why? So this is an article I wrote when First Avenger, it didn't come out yet. The movie had not come out yet. I just seen still pictures. And I wrote an article saying, like, what is this crap? Like, this ain't Captain America. Like, just give him the proper costume. Like, who cares? Now, Iron Man had been out, and I'm like, why does Iron Man take 2 hours to make a suit and fight at the end? It's like, just make the suit. Like, I understand the first suit, he had to make the suit quickly because he was trapped in that bunker or whatever he was. And then he, so this was me, however many years ago, dissing Iron Man and dissing Captain America. So I'm not just like going to say MCU is the best just to say it's the best. Hey, Geek Studios, what's going on, dude? What do we got here? It makes me depressed that George didn't make the sequel trilogy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but George Lucas made the prequels, which are not great. The idea that the sequels are so bad that the prequels are now somehow much better is not right. I still get bored. I'll turn them on and I'm like, oh, even the beloved Part 3 Revenge. No, what is it? What's
Revenge of the Sith? Yeah.
It's like, look, Revenge of the Sith is not great either. That entire him turning evil is so dumb. And it's like they have all this technology. They can't keep her alive during pregnancy. Couldn't they do a C-section? Like, it's wonky. Okay,
very wonky.
It's wonked up. Okay, it's Willy Wonka and the friggin' droid factory. Like, and it's like I don't know. Like Count Dooku is cool, and I just made that up. And Grievous is cool, but like let's not start high fiving each other and be like, "Whoa, this is the friggin' best movie." It's like there's still a lot of trash to it, and it's still like 3 hours. Or whatever it is. It's like you can cut out 1 hour of this movie.
Phantom Menace is now my favorite of the sequel trilogy because at least there's no god awful romance scenes in it. It's just Jar Jar Binks. Like he's the only intolerable.
He's bad,
thing.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
yeah.
Hey geeks. Otherwise, Cap's Harry Hobbit feet down was happening running through the streets.
What are you talking about? I don't remember that at all. I grew up with the prequels.
Yeah,
I grew down with them.
I remember. I remember seeing Phantom Menace in the theater, and I was bored out of my skull. Now I can watch it, and I'm like, okay, I can appreciate what's happening. Mm-hmm. Like Clone War, Attack of the Clones was my favorite for a while, but the romance scene, it makes no sense. Like
the romance is awful.
He's like, I killed all these sand people, and she's like, I love you, and I'm like, okay, I
didn't even see them weird. Grow as a couple.
No, they didn't. And then like Dooku explains he's like, okay, Obi-Wan, I want you to join me because blah 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 blah, and it's all what's happening. And I'm like, why is Dooku telling him the truth? Like, okay. So now Obi-Wan looks like an idiot for not. He's like, oh, Grievous, you're trying to trick me. I'm like, well, no, he's not. Actually, he's telling you the truth.
Yeah, Count Dooku was correct.
I know. I'm like, you should have gone with him because he was telling you, I'm going against the Emperor. Or like the Chancellor. You should have because he's a Sith. Why wouldn't a Jedi know that, by the way? Why wouldn't he know like he's in the...
I know. I don't understand what's going on. Once you start, like, Star Wars needs to be fantasy. It's a fantasy series. It is not science fiction. It is fantasy.
Yeah.
Fantasy needs to have clear-cut story, clear-cut motivations for the characters, clear-cut good guys, bad guys. You can have a shade of gray, and then turn good or whatever. You can change from good to bad, but you have to. It has to be clear to the audience at all times. Like, I'm watching this scene. In this scene, this guy's the good guy, this guy's the bad guy. Now, later on, that can change. Like, Lando betrayed them, but Lando was really good, and he comes back and he becomes good. But there can't be this. There's like a mystery what's going on. And that's fine. There could be mysteries and all that, but it's just like I sat there in Phantom Menace. Hey, Marco. I sat in Phantom Menace, and we were all. Well, you weren't with me on that one. And I'm sitting there watching, like, what is going on? I literally did not understand anything. It's like I don't get what is going on. So I'm like, okay, the Trade Federation doesn't want trade. Like, literally, it starts off like the Trade Federation has set up a blockade. Why would they do that? I still don't know why. Like, I still don't know why. I've seen it 15 times. I don't understand it. Why? Do you know why? When Sean comes on, let's ask him.
Yeah.
Why is the Trade Federation blocking the trade? I don't get it.
I I feel like they were doing it because they were trying to force.
No,
they
this
were
is
trying
bullshit
to
already. You're already
the
you
Senate
can't
to do something. I have no idea.
right.
Either.
You
Like,
can't explain it.
no,
This is not the usual suspects
no,
or Inception or whatever.
no.
This is Star Wars.
I
It
know.
should be very clear. It should be like the Trade Federation is blocking trade and their goods can go through. They're trying to cut off our supply line. What are we going to do? Let's go stop them. Then I'm like, okay, they're cutting off a supply line, only allowing the bad guys to trade. So we have to stop them. Like, that's it. The Empire's bad. The Trade Federation works for the Empire. The Trade Federation has set up a blockade to block anybody who's not part of the Empire from getting any goods. So then they show a planet. People are starving. We can't get food. Right? And then the Jedi come in. It's like, what happened? Oh, they're blocking. They won't let us get food. Okay, here come the Jedi. Right? It shouldn't be like, oh, there's this big political intrigue.
It was
what
a
the hell's
political
happening?
thing.
It's a coup in all this, right? Like,
yeah, that's what it is. Like, but it's a coup by Palpatine to get the chancellorship. The one thing, to your point, I never understood was what is in it for the Trade Federation. Like, the Trade Federation is blockading it so that the Jedi show up as diplomatic emissaries, and then all hell breaks loose because they attacked them, say they didn't attack them. It's all political intrigue, to your point. But like, it's such a like weird plan, not weird plan, but it's such a like long game plan that like you have to throw sections of it out because it's like, oh, this is Palpatine doing this. But my problem really was rewatching the prequels recently. Is that you understand now more than ever, or at least I do, that the first three movies are Palpatine's
rise to power.
Like, this should have been, this was supposed to be, this was sold as Anakin Skywalker's rise and fall. We didn't get that. We got him as a little kid where he was already awesome, inexplicably. Right, because of his midichlorians, and then like in the second one, he's like I guess like at the end of his teenage years, and he's all googly eyed for Natalie Portman's character Padme for unknown reasons, because like I guess he had the hots for when he was 8. Like, I have no idea.
Right,
so, and then like there's just this stuff going on with the Geonosians and Dooku. And whatnot.
Yeah, or the Geonosians apparently don't require money, or don't require any contact. It's like Obi-Wan Kenobi's coming in and checking in. It's like, wouldn't they be like, yeah, shouldn't you be checking in like a bunch of times by now? We've been making this clone army. Like, when are you going to show up?
Well, the problem with the clone army, that was weird too.
You should watch. Let me go through these really quick. Yeah, you should check. I mean, check it out if you want to. Jar Jar, Jar Jar's terrible. Attack of Clones cartoon is good. Steve likes it. It's where they're not high. Okay, we believe you. The Clone Wars, Clone Wars. Steve likes Clone Wars. I have it on Blu-ray. I have not watched it. My fiance hates Empire because his Darth Vader is completely out of character. Empire Strikes Back, or he hates the Empire. What's going on? Hey, Caleb. Hey, Geek Studios. They should have made Jar Jar Darth Jar Jar. Yes. What's going on? Let's see, J-Man, you should make a P.O. box where we can send you stuff. No, don't send me anything. I don't want anything. I have too many things already. I can't take any more things. Geek Studios. Anthony. Hey, guys. You want to see the shirts. Okay, hold on. I'll show you my shirt. Mine's nothing. That's it. Steve.
Yeah. In Space No
One Can Hear You Scream. Yes,
there you go. It's a cover.
Steven, he loves to laugh. Don't care about people. So you guys all love
that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Bad Batch. I have something to say about that, but okay.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna get to that. What do you think of The Last Jedi? The Last Jedi. Oh, it sucks. That's the fastest review of all time. It sucks. We'll go through Last Jedi. We can go through it. Finish your point though, Steve, about you're making a point about the clone army, or what, like the Geonosians and all that.
Like he's making so Obi-Wan goes to that rainy planet.
Geonosia, is that?
No, not Geonosia. It's
Oh yeah, I know what it is. That's not the Rain Planet.
No,
Genosha
Genosha is the rocky sort of. It's the rocky planet where all the bugs live. Geonosis is the rocky. I don't know what they call.
Genosha is the X-Men place. I know that.
Yeah, Genosa. I forget if anyone can in the chat
I'm checking
where the
as
clones
well.
are being made because it's on
Camino. That's it.
Which one?
Camino.
Camino.
That's it. Yes.
So Obi-Wan goes to Camino because he just happened to go. He's investigating why this assassination, and he ends up on Camino. Jango Fett's there. Jango Fett is the template for the clones.
Mm-hmm.
Jango Fett attacks Obi-Wan Kenobi while he's there. And the clone army is commissioned by Count Dooku, who is a sworn enemy of the Republic. So why are we trusting the clone army?
Yeah, what everything you just said, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get, like, as soon as he said, like, I'm like, oh, so it's the Jedis versus the clone army, because it's like, no, the clone army's fighting with us. I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird, considering that the template is a villain and the guy who commissioned this is a villain. Why would
when they talked about the Clone Wars in other, not the cartoon, when characters in the original trilogy referred to the Clone Wars, I thought the clones were bad guys.
Yeah, me too.
I guess they are, but they become bad guys.
Yeah.
But I thought they were clear bad guys. Like, this is what I'm saying. This idea that they were with the Republic. The Republic became an empire. They turned bad or whatever. How did they turn bad? Like, if Dooku was fighting against the Empire, or what was going to become the Empire, how did the clones go through Order 66? Like, Count Dooku it's explained. Okay, it's explained in what movie?
No, it's not explained in any movie. That's the problem.
So that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch 17 seasons of anime to understand this. That Clone Wars, the cartoon, came out after.
Yeah.
You need to explain it in the movie I'm sitting in right now watching. You can't go back and be like, oh yeah, shit, we didn't explain that. We'll explain it in the cartoon. It's too late. Can there be a cartoon? This will take us into Last Jedi. Can there be a cartoon that can fix Last Jedi? Now, before you answer, if after watching Attack of the Clones in the theater, can there be a cartoon to fix the prequels? You would say, hell no. But then there was one that fixed it. So, can there be a cartoon to fix the sequels?
Theoretically, yes.
Right. But nobody wants to hear it. So what I'm saying is like, well, nobody wants to, like, why should I didn't watch Clone Wars yet. Look, I'm going to tell you something. Star Wars to me is a live action series. That's what Star Wars is to me. That is what the proper Star Wars is. The live action films, the cartoons and all that stuff. It's great to have them, and it's fun to watch, Bad Batch and all that. To me, what gets me pumped up for Star Wars is live action. I don't care about as a kid, I never read the comics. I played some video games just because because you're inevitably going to play some games. And the spaceship battle games like Rogue Squadron and that kind of thing was really neat.
Mm-hmm.
I like Ewoks and Droids, the cartoons, because I thought they were neat. But it was the 3 movies, the 2 Ewok movies, and I never saw the holiday special because it was impossible to see unless you had a bootleg, which I couldn't have gotten as a kid. Those 5 items, that was Star Wars. It's a live action film series. It is not like, it's great that there's television shows and all that, but primarily it has to be a film series. You can't have someone go sit down into The Last Jedi and then they're like, this is trash. Oh, no, hold on. We explain, like, why does Rey do this? Oh, no. That's explained in this Star Wars comic. I'm not buying this comic. I paid to watch this movie. I didn't have to, in the old days, when we watched the original trilogy, if you wanted, you could read these books and you could read comics and novels. And I had the novels I just posted on Twitter. That the novel I got I won that novel that got out of print because Disney put the kibosh on it. I got that, and it's like you could read those, and I read the Bounty Hunter books, the novels, and I thought, wow, these are so cool. And I love Dengar because of that. Because of that Bounty Hunter book, Dengar became like my favorite. Well, Boba Fett and Dengar are my two favorites. Boba Fett is still number one, I guess. But I love Dengar. And I love him more because I feel he's underappreciated. But I don't need to read those books to enjoy the trilogy. If I show anybody those three movies, that's all they need to see. They don't need to read books and all that. So, it's explained in the cartoon. Oh, well, then it's not explained because I'm not going to watch 7 seasons, right?
Well, I mean, and you're touching on sort of why I kind of didn't like when
Sure.
when I heard that WandaVision. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
WandaVision is dovetailing into Doctor Strange 2 because I'm like, yeah, I'll get that in a second. Because I don't like the idea that I'm now being forced, and if you don't sail the high seas, you're being forced to buy a subscription to Disney Plus,
right,
to prep yourself for Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like that, like at all.
I don't like it. You know what the requirements are for Doctor Strange 2? Doctor Strange 1. That's it.
Yeah.
James Cameron said he feels that there should be 0 requirements to watch any movie. He goes, if you watch Terminator 2, you don't need to see Terminator 1 because you're going to get what's happening and you're going to understand what's going on. Now, if you have seen Terminator 1, then there's the added thing of, well, you didn't know he was a good guy Terminator. It adds to the experience. But I mean, I watched Phantasm 2, which is the most confusing film series of all time. I didn't even know it was Phantasm 2. I started the movie when they were making the 4-barrel gun, and I just saw these guys breaking into this like hardware store and stealing parts. I was a little kid. I thought, oh, this is a weird movie. I was like 12, or it came out in 88, so it would have been on TV, like, let's say in 1990 or something. And I saw these guys breaking in and stealing all these weapons. I was like, well, this looks pretty cool. And the guy makes like a 4-barrel, he takes 2 double-barrel shotguns and fuses them. I thought, whoa. And I watched this movie. I didn't know what the hell it was. And I was like, this is my favorite movie ever. And it ends poorly. They die at the end. Well, you have to watch part 3 to understand. I didn't even know it was a part 2. Then I'm looking, I'm like, oh, this was Phantasm 2. I'm like, there's a part 1? Oh my God. And then, right? And then I watched part 1. I thought, this is dumb because I was a little kid. I thought, this is really dumb. I'm like, Phantasm 2 is way better. And then I watched Phantasm 1. I realized that it's actually like a very smart, intelligent horror movie that you're supposed to pay attention to. And part 2 is an action movie. But yeah. So anyways, okay. So do you guys seriously, George? I don't think so. What do you think, Steve?
No, I think he had ideas about what the original, what the origin, like, you have to think, like, if I'm saying FJJ, yes. If you're saying Darth Vader got this way, you have to sort of think about, well, what was sort of the loose story to how he got. So I think he had a loose concept in his mind, but I don't think he had the entire story. My parents to this day swear that there was 9 Star Wars movies and that he did the middle ones. And they're like,
that's what people said. That's what people said.
And I'm like, I saw him in a special feature somewhere writing the story to, I think it was Clones, Attack of the Clones. And I'm like, yeah, he didn't write this. He hasn't written this prior. Because if he did, why is he now writing it down in a notebook? Like, enter blah, 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 blah. I'm like, this should have already been written. So he didn't. FJ,
I don't think so. We'll ask Sean his opinions. I don't think he had it. He may have had a loose idea.
No.
But yeah, whatever.
No.
Hey, Arkham, thanks for coming in. Yeah, I mean, like, we can go on and on. You know, we got the FJJ going on. I'll leave that up for a little. It's like we just beat this topic to death, right? Like, and the thing is, it's like the reason why people keep beating it to death is that, oh, hey, Ryan, I'll send you a private link on Twitter if you want to pop in. We're just waiting for Sean to come on. Hold on, Twitter. I actually have Twitter open.
But Last Jedi, I mean, they're like, the problem with the sequel trilogy is there's no satisfying payoffs whatsoever.
Right.
Your favorite
Where's the cheering moment?
Yeah, there's none. Like your favorite characters die in very like unimpressive and disappointing and upsetting ways. The new characters don't bring a lot. I mean, there's nothing to give you any, and this is going to be a pun, but any hope.
Like, right, there is no new hope.
Yeah, there is no new hope. Like Rey is just a Skywalker or whatever. She decides she's a Skywalker at the end of The Rise of Skywalker. And she goes and she's like, okay, I'm Skywalker now. And I'm like, okay. Everything feels it's because the script says so. Like nothing feels natural. Yeah. Nothing feels like, I understand. Like you understand how you don't need to see Luke's entire training to understand how he can get to being a Jedi at the end of Return of the Jedi. But Rey masters the Force while sitting in a chair, being held up, being like captured.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, JJ is the master of getting to the end point without there being a journey.
Super lazy.
It's just like, she figured out the Force. When Finn grabbed the lightsaber in The Force Awakens, I almost threw up. Because I'm like, why is Finn now using a lightsaber?
Hey, Sean.
So,
hey, what shirt is that?
It's a Spider-Man shirt.
I thought it was Spider-Man. That's cool. Yeah, that's really cool. I like that.
I just threw it on. It looks like hell, but hey.
No, look, it's cool. Okay, so I've watched the JJ Star Trek films with my boy yesterday, and I like them, but the only one that's a good Star Trek is Beyond. No.
I fell asleep from Beyond.
I don't like any of them. Star Trek Beyond, I don't like that one either. I don't like any of them. I don't like any of them at all. Like, I can't think of any positive points. Like, if we actually tried to do my rating system on these movies, the first one would be a 0. I would think. I don't know. Would it really be 0? My God, would it really be 0? Have we all seen Star Trek, the first one, the JJ movie? We all saw it.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Theater, man.
We saw it in the theater. Okay, can we? Let's try to honestly do it. Let's honestly do it. Put away our. No, don't laugh. We're gonna try to God's honest truth here. We're gonna try to do
like an actual critical or
an actual. What do you got? The story. I'm gonna say it's 0. Like, I think it's trash. Nothing makes sense. The Romulans are completely. I'm literally. I'll tell you right now. The story is 0. The pacing is 0 because I was just waiting around for stuff to happen. Nothing ever did. The artistry is 2 out of 2. It looks beautiful. It's great. So that's a 2. The characters, I'll say 1. A couple of them are okay. Most of them are trash. Enjoyment, maybe like 0. So it's a 3 out of 10. I'm giving it 3 out of 10. What are you giving it, Steve?
All right. So storyline. Yeah, it's a bad storyline, so I can't give it a 1. It's a 0. Pacing it's a trudge. Right. That first one, when I revisited it not long ago, it was a trudge. I was like, holy crap! It's wow. I was like, and all this stuff is happening, but I'm like, again, JJ, if you ever want to brainwash someone, if you ever want to just muddle their mind while you put in implants or whatever, then just show them a cavalcade of JJ movies. They
okay, so 0?
Yeah, 0.
Let's do it quick. I just want to do it quick. I don't...
2 characters, 0.
Okay, 0. Enjoyment.
I just did my
Kirk and Spock are the heart and soul of the original Star Trek series. This is me not even watching most of it, and I know that. And they're just completely butt-fucked in the entire thing. So, no, 0.
So 0.
Enjoyment, 0. It's so 2 out of 10.
Okay, so Sean out of 10.
I'm giving it 2.5 out of 10.
All right, so I'm the most generous. Wow.
so the thing is, no, wait.
I'm giving
2.5, yeah.
Okay, 2.5
you are the most generous. the thing about the story is it is exactly what everyone's accusing this new Flash movie of being. It's just there just to serve to figure out how to reboot things for the other movies. All it's there to do is just erase what came before, and that's it. It's just a like a plot device. That's all. And the plot device is very, very lazy. It's like now Spock and Uhura are fucking because that ship blew up in the past. How does that work? That doesn't have a bearing on every single thing in the universe. It's so lazy. It's like we rebooted everything because the ship blew up. How is that even possible? Like it's just laziness.
It's lazy. Hey Ryan.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah, so we're just trashing JJ. Yeah, and it's like, nothing makes sense. And he doesn't know anything about the Romulans. Literally, I'm the Romulan master. I'm Romulan in the Star Trek Online game. I'm part of the Romulan Star Empire on Facebook. I'm Mr. Romulan. The Romulans don't go around beating the crap out of people and firing stuff. Everything they do is sneaky shit. The Tal Shiar sneaks around and plants evidence and makes people fight each other. That's all they do is they're sneaky little fucks. And that's why the Romulans are the greatest race of all time. It's like you don't even know the Romulans are behind it half the time. And it's like, why are they these god-awful garbage? They all have shaved heads. Like, that is not... The Romulans are very, very particular, and they're very square. They're a square community. Everything's gray. You know, their ships are green, which is cool. But like...
Well, they changed they can do anything. They changed that you can do anything they want because that ship blew up.
Oh, the ship blew up.
Lazy
that's right,
Sean. Yeah. It's like now we can do anything. What is that?
But wasn't Eric Bana's character just like hanging out for like 30 years waiting for?
They're so cut out of that movie though. They get captured by Klingons or something, but for some reason they cut that out. So now you're left with he's just hanging around for 30 years. Like
right.
I'm sure that scene wasn't that long. Just put it in there. Like, what the hell?
It made no sense. Right. Like, why is he just hanging out for 30 years? You know, in 30 years,
like, wouldn't he have mellowed out and not wanted revenge at that point? He'd just be too tired of it. I get tired. I get pissed off at someone, and then I'm unpissed off at them the next day.
Yeah,
it's like
imagine having a 30-year grudge. Like that's pretty.
Get over it, buddy. Last Jedi, is it better than 9? No, I would say 9's better. Are you a fan, Ryan, of Star Wars or not really?
I'm like the bottom level of casual, if you want to like do a ranking. I enjoy them, but I'm not like super hardcore.
Right, so you're not,
we grew up with the originals. That's the problem. Like when they were happening, so it's like you can't get out of our DNA.
It's like our entire childhoods. It's like Star Wars blankets and stuff. Ryan, we were going to talk a little bit about Army of the Dead. Steve, did you get a chance to watch Army of the Dead yet?
I still haven't watched it.
You haven't seen it yet? Sean saw it. Did you see it a second time or no?
I've only seen it once.
Did you notice the character being digitally removed? I don't remember the guy's name.
No, I read about that afterwards, and I'm impressed because I like that. I like that. Was it Tig Notaro? Was that her name?
That's her name.
I liked her a lot in that.
I liked her a lot.
She has great chemistry with everyone. And I was talking to Steve about this, about chemistry and how people like, these guys don't have chemistry. That's because you're not good actors. This woman was not even on a set with people, and she has great chemistry. I don't know what the hell you're talking about chemistry. You suck as an actor. If you don't have chemistry, just get out of here and do something else, man.
Wait, who are we talking about? Bad
Natalie
chemistry.
Portman, man. We were so pissed off at Natalie Portman. And
what was she saying?
Sean drew the parallel, Ryan, between Natalie Portman and the girl who played the helicopter pilot in Army of the Dead.
Right, because she wasn't even there.
But what film are we talking about that Natalie was in? What, in Star Wars? Or what are you saying? Like her connection with Anakin?
Or her lack thereof connection with Anakin.
Yeah. I mean,
the script doesn't serve them well either. But.
No, that's true.
Also, Lucas's direction, like for actors, isn't really the best. So
it's not really good.
Yeah, the original cast always makes fun of that. So
I mean, like his ideas are super interesting and cool, but the way he like writes human interaction, it's pretty flawed. It is. But his ideas are cool. Well, we have to give him that at least.
For sure.
He's a storyteller. He's just not a filmmaker.
So, guys, what do
Yeah.
you guys think of this idea? We talked about this earlier, Sean. I don't know if you heard the idea that there could be a film, any film. It could be a series of films where you have to either have seen the previous movie, or you have to read or see some other exterior factor. So, for example, if you're watching like Star Wars and you're like, well, this doesn't make any sense. Well, there's a comic or in Rebels or in Clone Wars that explains this. That's number one. Number two, this is for everybody. Number two is the idea that, okay, Terminator 2 has come out. Do I now need to watch Terminator 1 in order to enjoy Terminator 2? James Cameron has always been under the impression that you're watching the movie you're watching, it doesn't matter. You don't need to see Alien to enjoy Aliens. You don't need to watch Terminator to enjoy Terminator 2. Obviously, if you've seen Terminator 1 and Alien Part 1, you'll have more enjoyment of the sequel, but it's not a requirement.
So let me ask you a question then.
Yes.
If you'd never seen any other Star Wars movie and you only saw Empire Strikes Back, would you be lost, or would you enjoy the story being told within that movie? Because there's not a lot about what happened in the first movie in that film.
No, you're right.
So and the opening crawl just says like Darth Vader's after this guy, they're on this ice planet, and that's it. But would you get caught up in the hubris of Luke and like the tragedy at the end and think, wow, what a great story? Or would you be like, I don't know who the hell are these guys? Who's this big walking carpet? Like,
Well,
would you be lost?
I'm interested in Ryan's perspective. In just 1 second, Ryan. The reason I'm interested because for me and Shania, I know you're like this too. We never needed. I watched Phantasm 2 without seeing the title sequence. It started. This was the comparison I said. I started with them building the guns. I just saw these guys breaking into a hardware store in a gun shop and stealing all these weapons. I thought, what's going on? And when the guy took 2 double-barrel shotguns and fused them into one 4-barrel gun, I thought, whoa, this is a cool movie. And that's all I knew. And then it ended poorly because Phantasm 2 ends with the heroes dying basically, and the villain laughing, and you're like, "Oh, what the fuck am I watching?" and then I'm like, "This is the best movie ever." And then I found out it was Phantasm 2, and I'm thinking, "There's a Phantasm 1. Oh my god!" So I never needed stuff like that. I told you I started Detective Comics on number 400. I never thought, "Oh, do I need to read the?" I would miss storylines. Like I would read. I had many deaths of Batman. I had part 1 and 3. Like I didn't have part 2. I'm like, oh, whatever. I'll figure it out. So Ryan, I don't know if how old you are in your generation or whatever, but are you guys used to that? Like, are you okay without having to see, like the previous movie or would you be like, no, I have to see them all in order or whatever?
I think for like my generation, I guess, since I'm way younger than you guys, I would have to say it doesn't really matter necessarily. Like I see plenty of like either my friends or people I know who are my age. They're like, I want to see this movie, and I'm like, well, did you see the other movies? And they're like, no, but I want to see this one. So I think it's more about like the intrigue of the film, and then like if that certain person who watches that movie is like, okay, I like this story. Is there anything else that comes with it? And then most of the time it's either they watch the continuation of it or they watch the first one. They're like, okay, I want to see more, or I want to see what came before this. Like for me, bringing it back to what I love, I saw Batman v Superman in theaters without even knowing about Man of Steel or what the hell it was. And that got me so intrigued that I went back to watch Man of Steel. I bought the Blu-ray. I put it in my basement, cranked up the surround sound, and I indulged in what came before this. And then that's when I fully got immersed in that universe. But I think it really depends on the story you're telling. If it's intriguing enough to where the continuation makes that certain audience member very content with that story to be like, okay, I want to see where this leads, or I want to see what came before this. That's just me though.
Yeah.
And that's fair. Like, I think that's what you hope for, is that you become so interested that you go back and see what came before that. But like, I mean, I'm glad that James Cameron said that, because when Avatar 2 hits, I will have no recollection of what happened in Avatar. Like none. Like there's a planet of blue people. That's all I remember.
Well, it's been 13 years since the first Avatar.
This better be the most dynamic film of all time. No, but 13 years in the making. You guys should watch Rob Eger's review. He does critical analysis videos where it's like he did like a 2-hour analysis of C-3PO. It's great.
Yeah.
But you should watch his analysis on the fake the fake Avatar world or whatever, like where it's like
at
it's
Disney.
No, like
Oh.
just the world within the film. He's like,
Okay.
they're trying to show you that nature is better than technology, but the nature they're showing you is the most perfect, in sync, lovely nature. Like no one's ever dirty, no one's ever mauled by a beast, right? It's like everyone can always get fire when they need it because they can. It's always warm when they need it to be warm, or cool if they're hot. Like even at night they can see clearly because there's lights everywhere. He goes, there's never danger at night where animals are scared and you might be hunted. So he's like, it's the most beautiful, perfect nature you could ever have. And he goes, and if the message of that movie is nature versus technology, he's like, yeah, but without technology we would die. If we had no clothes and no houses and it was night outside, we would just get killed. It's like, he goes, this planet is trying to show you how great nature is, but it's fake nature. It's like fake nice nature. There's never any danger to any of the blue people. I can't remember their names. What's their names?
Well, yeah, and they don't. It's not even Earth's ecology that they're on. They're on another planet, so it's more idealistic, and it's like Cameron wanted you to side more with like the blue people. They were supposed to represent, I guess you could say indigenous, like an indigenous race, with their land and what they loved and the community that they served, and of course the Marines and the military. They represent like the commerce and the Europeans who like came from far away. And it's like, okay, because that's human nature a lot. We like to destroy things and make things for ourselves because we're very greedy and selfish individuals.
Brian, have you seen Dances with Wolves?
Yes, that was actually my grandfather's favorite film of all time.
So
I remember briefly watching it with him before he passed away, sadly. But I've watched it, I think, 3 times. It's a really great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I mean, like that's what people accused Avatar of being, basically.
But that's a story. That's a
straight.
But I mean, guys, we all studied. And I think Ryan studied too, like film and stuff. Like, there's only those X number. I can't remember the number. The X number of stories that you can tell, which is, and this is one of them, right?
It's a matter of what you really bring to the story,
right?
Like the merit it gives. Because like Dances with Wolves could be like compared to any other film that talks about like Native Americans or an indigenous race. That it's all about like what you bring to the story that makes it intriguing. Like the raid is basically Die Hard, but that film is so dynamic and so entertaining that it adds a new layer of like, but there's also cool subtext in the film. That's also another one of my favorite movies. It's a great film.
I think every action movie in the 80s was pitched as like Die Hard in like Die Hard
The Raid is like my first or second most viewed movie review.
Oh yeah,
I had like 7,000 views on it or something like that because I was reviewing these movies, but no one gave a shit about any of these movies. So it's like remember when we saw Raid in the theater, and when it ended, I was like, man, I wish there was more action in this movie. And that was the funniest. And some people laugh. I don't usually call out things in the theater, but I had to on that one. when that movie was over, I was sweating. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is crazy. I was like, there's no action in this movie. And then that was it. That was the best.
It's a very high octane movie.
Yeah. I still like Hard Boiled better. I will take that to the grave. But it's still okay. So your boy hates the original series, so he's not a true Star Trek fan, correct? Because that is Star Trek. JJ is a threat to society. He is a threat.
Never finish. Yeah.
My boy Spock, he is a Spock cross. I don't know what that means. Do you know what it means? Is that why you're laughing?
No, I just think Skeptic's funny. That's all.
Yeah. The 4th film was confirmed again a few weeks ago. The fourth JJ film of what? Star Trek?
Star Trek? They keep saying that there's going to be a new movie. I don't know what they're talking about.
I'll post a link later, Skeptic.
It's like a stockholder statement.
That's the one with Quentin Tarantino, right?
Yeah, I just want to see the curiosity of what the hell that's going to be. But
it'll be really bizarre if you ask me.
Yeah, so you already caught it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think... Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the type of person who is naturally inclined to do that, then yeah, you won't mind it. But like, if you're trying to watch everything under the sun, like Sin City is a perfect... I never read the comics before I went and saw a movie. And if I had to go and read the comics before seeing the movie, then quite honestly, I would probably choose not to go pay to see the movie. Because it's like when you have to read X number of comics in order to do something or visit, like it's like homework to me. It's like in order to, come to class, you have to read chapters 1 to 3. Well, what if you don't choose to do that? Which
Never did. Never did my homework. Never took my books home.
I struggle to do most times.
I tried my best with homework.
I never took books home. You can ask the guys in high school. Sean, Steve, you know them all. Ask them.
Yeah.
Never took books home. Didn't I stopped? Steven saw my university notes.
Your university notes should be in the Smithsonian Institute, man. Your notes on Annie Hall were the great. I'm just going to tell this story quickly.
All right.
So J-Man and I were sitting in American film class last year of university, and we were going to watch Annie Hall. The reason why we were watching Annie Hall was because we were going to write an essay that compares Annie Hall to The Godfather.
Annie Hall beat Star Wars.
Yeah,
as the best movie at the Oscars.
Yeah.
That shows you how rubbish people are like. The Oscars are so rubbish now. They've been rubbish since '77. Anyways.
So
they've been rubbish for a very long time.
Yeah, yeah, they're bad, man.
If Annie Hall beats Star Wars, that's like a clear indication. Yes, something is very, very wrong.
Yeah.
The last time they were any good was Cary Grant giving the speech. Okay, sorry, Steve.
Especially this movie, But anyhow, so for J-Man to actually show up to class, this was an event because I think he only showed up to 4 classes all year. Anyhow, he comes in. He's got his notebook. He's like, all right. All right, Steve, I'm gonna be taking notes, man. We're writing this essay. It's gonna be awesome. Okay. Lights go down. Movie plays. Lights come up. I glance over. J-Man has written the date and drawn a bunch of stars in the right-hand corner. And that constitutes the entirety of his notes about Annie Hall.
Yeah,
I got a book and talked about the split screen scene, and I phoned up J-Man. I'm like, do you recall a split scene? He's like, that's a lie. That never happened. I'm like, well, this book says it did. He's like, no, it did not happen.
Oh, dude. It was brutal because the problem is we owned a lot of movies that we watched in this course, right? So actually, Ryan, interesting thing you said. So why did you go see Batman versus Superman? Just out of curiosity, if you didn't, it seems like you weren't into the Snyderverse or whatever.
Well, I was always like a superhero fan, but when I was younger, I never really differentiated to it. It was always like, there's Batman, he's cool. Superman's okay. I like Spider-Man. I like Wonder Woman's okay, I guess. It was really one of my friends I knew for quite a while. Sadly, I don't really talk to him that much anymore. He lives in another country, but he was a massive Batman fan, and he was really excited for Batman v Superman. And I had seen some of the trailers, and I was like, this looks kind of cool. Like, I like superheroes and such. So I went to the theater, and mind you, this was a theatrical cut, which is the version I don't prefer. It's the Ultimate Edition. Yeah. And even like that experience alone, I still remember it. It was a Saturday. I was with 3 of my friends, and I don't know what it was. Like I indulged in the full experience, and I got really immersed in this world, and it was something that did it to me. And that's when I learned more about Zach. And then I went back and looked at more of his filmography, and then I felt like a kid in a candy shop after every movie I watched of his, pretty much. And then I got so interested that I started to dive deeper more into all different films. And then I found more passion with like older films my dad used to show me that I didn't give much thought to. But then I realized there's a lot of merit to them, like especially the way they're crafted and the stories they tell. And yeah, that's pretty much how it started for me. And then when the Ultimate Edition came out, I was like, man, this movie like got 10 times better for me. And now like, it's like a ceremonial thing. I'll watch that movie like every couple weeks on like a weekend in my basement with like some popcorn and a soda or something.
I watch Conan the Barbarian at least once a year for sure. Since whatever.
Conan's pretty great.
Conan the Barbarian is my favorite movie, and not in a joking way, but like in an actual good way.
No, it's a badass film.
It's really good, and
yeah.
And if you like, because I've watched it so many times, I've read so many things about it too, and like just like how at the end, like he prays and he gets the best in life, which is he crushes his enemies. He drives away thoughts of doom, and as he drives him away, the girl cries out to him. So it's like literally what he had said in the beginning, what is best in life. But that's not what's best in life for him now, right? Which is kind of the irony of that whole thing, because he's learned the riddle of steel and all that. But
that's the whole thing of like the hero's journey is like you go back, you gain this like treasure that you seek, and then you realize like your old ways were like your old self, and you realize like the new version of yourself that's reborn is like the best version of what you could become. which is really cool. And I love the ending when he's like on his throne. He has his big
that's
beard.
awesome.
He's
Yeah,
on his I love that. And that's cool because in Zack Snyder's Justice League, he actually had Darkseid sitting in the same pose,
Yeah, yeah.
with like the center pose. I thought that was really funny, like because I saw it and I was like, man, that looks super familiar. And then I realized, oh, he's a huge Conan fan. That's why.
It's Conan, yeah. Did you ever see one of my top 10 favorite movies is 12 Angry Men? The black and white one.
I have not. I know about it, but I haven't watched the full film. I've watched like so many breakdown videos though of that movie. I feel like I've watched it, but I have to take the time out to like actually watch the full movie.
Yeah, you should watch. I've seen it so many times. It's the first movie I show anybody whenever if they haven't seen it. Like if I interact with them.
Yeah.
And I know the whole movie. I think I actually know the entire movie. I've seen it. I watched it like 4 times in like 2 days once because I was showing it to people at my. Yeah, I've watched it so many times. That's my most viewed movie, I would think. Army of Darkness is up there, and Batman '89 is, and probably Batman Returns is up there for my most watched movie. Like I literally have watched these like so many. Army of Darkness, I almost did the entire movie without flaw. With this new Evil Dead that's coming out, you guys know Bruce Campbell's not in that, right?
Yeah.
So that's bullshit. Everyone's talking about this Evil Dead movie. I looked at it, I'm like, oh, there's no Bruce Campbell. This is bullshit.
What? There's a new one they're making?
Yeah, they're making a new Evil Dead movie. It's not Bruce Campbell, so it's not Evil Dead.
So is it just another reboot?
I don't know.
Because they made one in
I think it's a
2013 or
sequel
something, right?
To the remake.
If there's no Ash, you don't get my cash.
Yeah, exactly. It's bullshit.
The show is good enough, man. It's like
the show's cool.
The show to me is part 4. Like
yeah. Can you get something? I usually don't buy gifts for anybody because then they're gonna buy me a gift, and I have so many things. But I already bought Sean.
You get that guy. I mean,
I know for the man who has everything. I bought Steve. Well, I bought Steve asked me to buy him something. I'm just gonna give you the Wanda the pop for your birthday now because I bought it 4 years ago or something now, so there's not even a point.
Well, thank you.
And I bought something for myself, and I bought an extra one because I thought this is a really cool thing. I bought it for Sean. I bought an extra one for Sean, and then I realized that Sean doesn't even know what this thing is, and then I was like, oh, this was stupid. So I bought an extra Spy Smasher book for you.
Oh, cool.
Like the whole history of the cereal, and then you're like, I never even saw the cereal. I'm like, well, you're trash. Like, I bought this. I bought that. Like, I was so into well, Sean obviously saw Spy Smasher. That's the best cereal there is, and it's like you haven't seen it. I'm like, Steve.
I've seen every other cereal, but yeah.
Steve, buy Sean Spy Smasher. So then
I bought a Mandrake. I bought a Mandrake.
You bought him? Oh.
Yeah, I got Mandrake. Yeah.
All right. What Mandrake? What?
Mandrake the Magician, freaking cereal. It's 12 chapters. Yeah.
Yeah, I know who Mandrake is. I'm saying I didn't know if he got the collection of the books or if he got like
no, the cereal man. He doesn't have a mustache, so yeah. But
the strip is still going. Okay, Jamie, can you get next to that? We answered that. Have you ever? Well, I wrote 2 books that are short stories, and it's not embarrassing. They're awesome.
And it's not fanfic either.
It's not fan fiction. It's my own original character. So my own original character, his name is Morn, the Scavenger. Sean, Steve, and I had a series of what we call, it was like anthology books. We brought them out in volumes. So Sean wrote a story, Steve wrote a story, and I wrote a story. And then I took my stories and collected them together in a book, which is on Amazon. I'm not gonna like go into it. But yeah, they're pretty. It's a pretty cool character, and I've addressed whatever these people are addressing now. I already addressed all that in my book like ages ago, and Doctor Who and Star Trek already addressed everything else before.
So Skeptic, we were hoping that no one would notice, but obviously you did.
Yeah, Sean is a superhero. Damn it! Maybe he's cutting 30 minutes of the movie is stupid. Oh, for Superman versus or Batman versus is it? It's Batman versus
Superman.
It was a Batman movie. Really.
Batman v Superman. Because they're involved in a tort case, apparently.
I would say the theatrical cut felt more of a Batman film to me.
Yeah.
To me the Ultimate Edition felt more a little bit. It felt like a good cut in the middle, like the balance between the two.
Half.
I feel like it's still a Batman movie to me. I mean, it's his quest, right? It starts with him, and
it's both of their quests, Batman and Superman. I mean, Superman, he's indulging in this new life that he has where he's kind of embodying more of that classic Superman where he's like, I'm going to fly here, save these people, you know, they're going to be grateful and everything. But that's the flaw of his character, is his naiveness towards like Sean is the all-time hater.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that on for a while. Yeah.
You should pin that.
I know.
Like all Anthony had to say is WB ... is stupid, and I would have agreed. Like WB makes so many mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caleb, we're not getting into this conversation.
Yeah,
right now.
good
Oh
God.
my God.
After the last time, I was like, I looked up Man of Steel. I'm like, this is an 8-year-old movie. I'm not going to debate this anymore. It's like,
No, it's not that. It's just Caleb is wrong, but and he knows it. But he knows I like to tell people that they're wrong about this.
I feel that's why he wrote it in caps.
No, I know. He likes to troll me sometimes, which is funny.
Yeah, which you know what the thing is? Literally, whatever the last stream I did, I was literally against everybody. Like they're like, "What did you think of this? Hate it. What did you think of this? Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it." And
Wait,
it's
which
like,
stream?
When I
On
it was-
Truths?
no, not on Truths. I think it was when we were doing. Well, we were supposed to be talking about Batman, and it went into like every other thing there is.
the Friday one?
The Friday.
Yeah, the Friday
And,
one.
and it's like I'm like, yeah, I don't like this, I don't like this, and this is where we got into the
Yeah.
Army of Dead talk. I'm like, Army of Dead, like, yeah, it's okay, and everyone's like, oh, and I'm like thinking it's like I literally own on my shelf 60 to 70 zombie movies that I just own, and never mind the ones I've seen, and I didn't even know there was Meat Market 2. So it's like there's even ones out there where I didn't even know that there was.
No one knows what Meat Market is. Stop bringing it up. Man.
Okay, well, I like Meat Market. So that's
It's
a
awesome, but no one knows what it is.
Nobody knows what it is. I know.
Like, shot in video movie. It's
And I
like,
remember Sean when we watched Sean watched Army of the Dead first, and then you texted me like, "Oh, they took your idea or whatever." I was like, "Damn it, I'm suing! I'm gonna sue Zack Snyder, baby!" Yeah, it's happening.
I feel like if you present that in a court, Zach will be like, "Let me look at my bookshelf real quick," because he has like a fuck ton of books. So he's like, "I don't see a J-Man in here."
I never published my zombie.
yeah,
story.
well, that's your mistake, man.
I know. I should have
You're making that
well,
sweet Snyder cash right now, you know.
well, I mean, there's a lot of parts like that. Movie's like, I mean, the movie borrows from like a tons of stuff, anyways, right? So it's like
I think Army of the Dead is good. It's I wasn't on that stream, so I watched all 2.5 hours afterwards. And
wow.
and your I can argue against everything you're saying about it.
Who, me?
Because I mean, I don't think anything is really egregious about it, and the whole business of why wouldn't they just go after the head and not just tell them that? But I feel like that's just a movie thing. That's aliens. It's
Well,
like why
yeah.
didn't you just tell them just to go after the aliens and stuff? you know?
I mean,
Well, because
Zach,
they wouldn't do that.
Zach even said it himself in
They would've
multiple
done.
in multiple times. He was asked like, "What exactly do you love about this movie?" And Zach always said, "I wanted to do like the tropiest of tropifications in this movie just for fun." But then everyone is like, "Why did they do this? Why did they do that?" It's
Well,
like
it's a little
that's-
tropey, yeah.
that's
It's like, well,
he's like, "Well, that's what he intended." And like for me, I got to see it in the theaters, which was really fun. It's actually an awesome like theater experience. I saw it with my brother, and it was probably the most fun that I had like in a movie in a while. Because the last time I went to the movies was Tenet, and that fucking sucked. That
Yes,
was
I
a
know.
horrible movie.
Thank you,
experience.
Ryan. Oh my
That
god,
was a
it's cool, I guess, but it doesn't make any sense.
Listen, Nolan is great, but I don't know. That was the first time in the movie theaters I got bored, and I looked at my phone, and I feel ashamed that I did that because I never do that in movies. But I was just so bored in that movie, and I felt like Army was a really good like palate cleanser for me, where I was able to have fun. I was able to like cheer, laugh, get kind of grossed out with all the awesome gore in it, and talk to my brother in the middle of the movie because it was like us and 2 other people in there.
Just like nobody. My thing is that it does it. That I gave it 5 out of 10, and Sean convinced me to 6 out of 10, but I convinced myself back to 5. Because at no point in time was I ever angry. So that's fine. But at no point in time was I ever like, man, that was awesome. Like I was just like, yeah, that was cool.
It's middle of the road. There isn't a lot of tension to me.
Yeah,
and there are some
many
fun
zombie
ideas in it, but it's not wall to wall. And I was disappointed that there wasn't a huge zombie threat. I know they're emphasizing the alpha zombies, but when I think of zombies, I think of that opening sequence.
Right.
And I feel like the steam is let out after that. It's like, well, I want more of the wall to wall. It's like, oh my god, they're overwhelming. What do we do? Kind of thing.
Well,
But-
I mean, to me, like, I think it was different for me because, like, I wiped my expectations a lot away because I watched, like, all the trailers. I follow this movie pretty deeply. And when I sat down and I watched it, I like the fact that Zach kind of took, like, a step back from like, the zombies were still present, but I like the fact that he kind of focused on the characters because I really liked, like, the cast and everything. I thought they worked really well, especially Tig. She was fantastic. She was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that it was the humans that like caused the alphas to go after them. Like it's always the humans messing everything up. And when Martin like cut the queen's head off, which is horrific, like Jesus, like did he not realize like the armada was gonna come after them? Like I mean,
again, it's a weird movie thing. It's like, don't you know what? As soon as he did that, I was like, well, these guys are gonna mega kill you. Don't you know?
Well, why didn't
of course
they
it's
kill them
fine.
before?
then I realized that he was trying to get everyone killed because
He doesn't want to bring them back.
yeah. And I wanted to say, J-Man, about like the head and everything.
Mhm.
I mean, they needed something to be convinced, like, oh, if you go, you'll get money in this safe. Like they needed at least, what are they just going to go for a head and then maybe they get a promising like reward when they come back? What if they get killed like when they come back from the mission?
But how do they know that there's money in the vault? Like him saying, I promise there's money in the vault, you can keep some of it, versus I'll just pay you anyways. Like it's the same trust, it's the same level of trust. And the other thing too is that why I don't right away when they're making the deal, it's like, oh, we'll throw Shades. I'm gonna call him Shades because I don't know the actor's name. He's from Sons of Anarchy and he was Shades in
Burt Cummings, whatever his name
is that yeah.
That's his movie name.
Okay. So they send him out and they're like, oh, we're going to give him as a sacrifice. I'm like, why do the zombies need to deal with you? Why don't they just take everybody? There's 4 billion of them and there's like 10 of you. It's like, just attack. Like, I didn't get what was going on there. I'm like, what do you, they're standing there talking and they're like, oh, we're going to give this guy as a sacrifice. But why? Why wouldn't the zombies just take all of you?
Well, Zeus is trying to build an armada of like, he's basically trying to like build a community of like the alphas. You could tell like they're obviously trying to procreate. I mean, he's trying to procreate with his queen. I don't think they're necessarily like trying to be hostile. They're trying to take their territory as like, okay, this is our land, and we're kind of trying to expand as much as possible. And also, you have to be very specific to be like an alpha. Like you have to be like a certain way because like all the alphas, you don't see any fat ones. You see a bunch of like super ripped women or super ripped like they have to be like they have to have some form of like. I don't know if like Zeus can see it, like their genetics, the way they're made up, where it's like, okay, this will be like a suitable person to become an alpha. Because it's interesting because like Zeus almost presents himself as like godly, especially when he carries like his staff and he wears like a cape like Zeus did when he saw in the beginning. And like he almost, it's almost like a ritual the way he does it, where he looks at them and then that's when he bites them and he throws them in the pit and the zombies all pick them up and they kind of like wait for them to turn. It's very interesting. Like these aren't your normal zombies, which I think I liked a lot. I wonder though, are they zombies though? Or are they some form of hybrid of aliens? Because they come from Area 51.
Yeah, I thought they were trying to imply that in the beginning, and that's the typical, like, I shouldn't say this, but it's the typical Zack Snyder thing of like tell a thing. If someone's saying a line, then that means that's Zack Snyder's awkward way to shoehorn an idea into things. So like the whole business about the alternate universes and the whole business in the beginning about aliens. Probably likely has something to do with things.
Like I just thought that was just chit chatting, and it's like, oh, I've seen.
Yeah, but
I've
if it's in there, it's probably for a reason, you know.
Of course, Zach always has a reason for those things.
Now, what we've seen aliens and zombies already, right? So like Sean, you've seen so many. We've seen a bunch of zombie movies. So for me, I'm just like,
it's not uncommon, and I'm not really mad that it's in there, right? You know.
Yeah, I'm not mad that. No, I'm not saying I'm mad that's in there. I'm just saying like. I'm watching a movie that is okay. And it's like, the zombies aren't very threatening to me. They're just there. It's like, why are you doing a deal with the zombies? It's not very clear. Why does Alpha, whatever his name is, Zeus, why does Zeus send his pregnant wife out to do reconnaissance work? Like, why not send one of his other thugs? And then she gets killed and now he's pissed off. It's like, well, you sent her out there, buddy. I don't know what you want. It's like, it's just stuff like that. I'm watching, I'm like, okay. And the characters are okay. Like, the zombie action was like so okay, and the characters were so okay. Like, if you're gonna have so zombie action, then you really need to make the characters very, very super duper, really cool, fun, quirky. Like, as they were dying, I didn't care at all.
I thought the action was pretty awesome, and I like the characters a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. There
I
wasn't
like
a
the
lot of
characters
soft.
too, man.
Okay, yeah, like okay, Sean, you can't name any of them. What's Batista's name in that movie?
Scott.
yeah, I can't name any of them.
You
But
can't.
yeah,
Of course you can.
Scott Ward.
Yeah, you've seen him
Yeah.
a bunch of times, Ryan, and you were like, I'm just saying, like, I'm like the character. I call her Helicopter Woman, Dave Batista, and Safecracker Guy, and then that's it.
But I don't go by name.
know.
I go by like
Daughter?
their interactions with each other and stuff. And if they're charming and endearing, then when they die, I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah,
I guess
was teamed up with these other two, and they're dead.
I guess it's just me. I remember names really well.
I remember
Yeah, I'm
names
not
of the
good with
characters.
names, so
I'm okay with them if I care about the character. That's how I know. Right as soon as the movie is over, I'm like, I don't remember who anyone
like
is in this.
Tig Notaro's character is charming and I love her. I don't remember her name, but like I
Peters
love
is her
when she
name.
sees that helicopter and she's like, oh, spend all the fucking money on the miniature, right?
Yeah.
It's like, that's great, So when she dies, I'm like, oh shit, man. I
But she wasn't originally supposed to be in there, Sean. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I thought that was a really bold choice from Zach, especially when he has to shoot during a pandemic. Like I think he pulled it off about 90% of the time. There's only 2 parts in the film where I was like, okay, I definitely noticed she's not actually there, but
I didn't notice.
for a large majority of the time, I thought he did it flawlessly, which is a huge accomplishment for him because he did better than whatever the fuck WB tried to do with Henry's mustache. He put a
I
whole
didn't notice.
he
I didn't
put a
notice.
whole character into the film while they couldn't even remove a mustache.
Yeah.
And he had
I
half
did
the
not
budget.
notice. Yeah, I did, and I did notice the dead pixels. I just thought it
the
was
blue.
dust.
Yeah.
I did notice the dead pixels, and I
What are-
thought it was just
Wait, what
dust
are
or
dead
something.
pixels? What are dead pixels?
Dead pixels are where if you buy like let's say you have a camera or a TV and there's literally a pixel that doesn't work, so it's just literally like a white dot.
Yeah.
And it starts to spread after that.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
Snyder said he bought
Hey,
cameras on eBay or something, and it's like, well, don't do that because
Yeah.
Not the
it's
camera,
some of
the lens.
cameras, some of the shots have dead pixels around people's noses and stuff. So
yeah, I know.
I didn't notice it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We told
once
you.
you
Ryan.
see it, then you
Once
can't
you see it, you
unsee
can't
it.
unsee
It's,
it.
And then see it.
but
Damn
it's
you
like,
guys,
it's a
now I'm gonna
pixel, so
notice
it's
it.
very tiny, right?
I'm so Ryan. I apologize. I really do apologize because I had a dead pixel on the first widescreen big screen TV that I bought, and I'm like, it's like this. You just look at it all the time. I'm like, stop it. And I returned it and got it. No, I'm sorry, not on my TV, on my monitor. I bought an all-in-one computer, and it was like the huge monitor, and it was a dead pixel. I'm like, oh, and I had to return it.
Are you sure it's not like your TV, or is it
No,
actually
it's-
something?
it's-
with
No,
the
no,
film?
It's in a digital camera he was using. So
Yeah.
I guess usually he shoots on film.
Yeah,
But
this
yeah,
was the
this one
first.
he
This was
shot
the
in
first
digital.
time he used a digital.
Yeah, and maybe it's the last time because there's that pixels on his cameras. So yeah.
Arkham asked about something about cutting.
Oh, when people are demanding nothing to cut from a film. I mean, they need to. People need to edit themselves, right? Like, our days was the 100-minute movies.
Yeah.
Now 2.5 hours is the new 100 minutes.
It's
right?
the
Like,
new feature length. Yeah.
like 150 is the new 100, and I'm like, why is this happening? Like, this is the thing for this zombie movie. This zombie, okay, I love zombie movies. A zombie movie that's 90. If this Army of the Dead movie was 90 minutes, the rating would be a lot higher. It would be into like a 7, maybe an 8.
And I
But
think the
because it's
tension
so
would have been
long,
better too.
The tension would have been better. I
Like
like Dawn
that
of the
ticking
Dead.
time bomb. It's like
Ticking time bomb. The whole entire first, except for the Vegas going to shambles, was great. And then the entire next half an hour. I don't mind recruiting the guys, but it should have been a little bit quicker. But there's just that beginning part where I'm like, oh, I don't care about any of this. It's like, oh, there's these refugees. I don't care. It's like, oh, I have to go save this woman. She ran in there. Why would she leave her kids and go run into this? I understand why they explained it, but it's like, well, wouldn't your time be better spent protecting the kids that are there instead of going into the zombie world to try to find the mom who abandoned them? I just don't. I don't know. I'm like,
She didn't abandon them. She went
did.
to no, she didn't. She went
They were
in the.
alone.
She said she went into the casino because there was ways to get money, and then she could bribe one of the guards to get out because they're being transferred to another I guess you would say a camp. I guess you would say almost like what is it?
I understand what they're
Refugee
saying
camp.
Refugee camp, another one.
Yeah, I don't know. I understand what they're telling me in the plot, what I don't understand is why am I supposed to care about any of it? It's just like, it doesn't matter to me. This has nothing to do with this movie. It's like, it has to do with her going in, but does it matter that she goes in either? Like, that's the thing. It's like zombie movies, I want to see them go in there and do action. And it's not story or characterization. It's just the reason. Here's her reason. I'm like, I don't care. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah. I think
liked
filmmakers today are too preoccupied with world building because they know they're going to make more stuff, and sometimes that results in fat in your movie, right? Where if you really thought about it, does that refugee stuff need to be there at all?
Right, like who cares,
doesn't, right? You know, but yeah,
it should have this should have been a very fast-paced heist zombie movie, and that movie is in there. That movie is in this movie. And it just needs to be, it's like a sculptor. You just need to chip away these other parts that you don't need. It's like that, whatever that, Asian guy's like, okay, I need a team of people to go in there and get my money. Boom. Batista's like, yeah, I need the money. He's like, then it's like quick recruit. Boom. The daughter going in, you can just eliminate that because who cares? It's like, from that point on, the rest of it can be exactly the same movie we just watched. It's like, in the first hour, you could cut out half an hour. And then the last hour, hold on a second. The characters all die. It doesn't matter. This is the thing with zombie movies. They're all going to die anyway. So it's not like you have to endear yourself to the characters because, look, I've never cared about anyone dying in a zombie movie, and they always all die. I can't get excited for characters in zombie movies because they're always going to die. So I start the movie saying, well, everyone's going to die in this movie. I know it. So as they're trying to make you, like, there's a lot of characters that were redundant. Like I couldn't even remember. I can't even remember them all. It's like they could have removed a bunch of them. I don't know. I'm still saying it's 5 out of 10. The zombie movie that I want is in the 2.5 hours. The 90 minutes that I want is in the 2.5 hours somewhere. But it's just like, if I ever watch it again, I'm literally skipping. To
oh man, I would never skip over any movies, no matter how bad they were. I would always I would always endure the ride. Always.
Yeah. Well, I'm never going to watch it again, but if I was going to watch it again, I'd just skip that entire part over. I don't know. I like, and this is like 70 zombie movies on my shelf over here. So it's like, I don't know, but, okay. So yeah, they need to edit it down. I don't know, especially horror movies and comedies should not be more than an hour and a half. You're not going to be scared for more than 90 minutes, and you're not going to be laughing for more than 90 minutes. That's like, it's not a drama where these characters are going to mean something later and you're going to cry and be like, oh, I love these characters so much, I want them back.
I was actually tearing up at the end of Army. I don't know. Maybe it was just me. I got attached to the characters. I really did. I thought Batista did great, and his death really
softy, man, for zombie movies. It's soft.
I'm just a softy in general. If it's a good story, I get attached. I do.
Yeah,
I was like super not attached.
I liked it. It's cool. I'm not gonna like super debate this movie because it didn't anger me or anything. So
not having seen the movie, but for zombie movies, I think it depends how they die. Like when the main character died at the end of the night of The Living Dead, I felt
that was
bad.
good.
Yeah, that's unsettling and should be.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Both nights, the 90s and the 60s, like that. But again, that entire movie was about the characters. It wasn't about anything else but the characters surviving together and the fact that if they would only work together, they could have easily survived. And that's the point of that movie.
That's why I prefer the shambling zombies. I know that Army, without having seen it, has
both. It has everything.
Right. I love the shambling zombies because I love that line. I think it was from the remake that says we could have just run past them.
Oh, that was Barbara from the remake. Who's like remember her name? And Ben.
Army of the Dead has sleeping zombies, which I thought was hilarious.
Which one?
The sleeping zombies. They're like sleeping standing up.
The hibernating ones.
So one guy is about to wake up like rah, 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 and then he gets knifed. And
I like that.
Was like, rah, 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 and
I thought that was pretty cool.
Like that.
I thought it was.
We had the part something like that before, but I just thought it was hilarious.
Or the Coyote Lily. She says the shamblers who are like dried out in the outside. If it rains, they all come back to life. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of like I think at the end of 28 Days Later or Weeks Later, where they show one out in the field somewhere, and it's just like sort of like it's sort of like half conscious and just waiting for new blood, right, to come back to life. Yeah.
I think that was Weeks. That was 28.
That's Weeks, yeah.
That's
I don't
Weeks.
know.
Yeah.
Did you
Those
guys?
movies blend for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys have any favorite scenes in Army? I have a couple at least. Do you have any
Well,
favorite?
the casino
I like,
stuff, the parkour.
I like
parkour
steering
zombies.
the zombies with the cooked hand. That was
Oh,
fun.
that was good.
Oh yeah, that's a
That was
great
You're like,
scene.
how do we do this? It's like,
That
yeah,
was
it's
really
like,
good.
look, man, like, because they
Yeah.
have to have something that's warm for them to eat, right? So,
I love Vandero's line. He said, "See, Dieter, it's not about the meat, it's the heat." Like
Yeah,
that quick line was perfect.
that was cool.
Yeah. And it's cool too, because like I know like it's pretty crazy with like the time loop theory about like the alternate realities and stuff like that. And it was pretty cool. So people were like, why does Vandero know so much about these zombies? He's like the alphas. And it's like nobody knew about these alphas except you, or you didn't know, or nobody else knew about like they're attracted to heat or whatever. So it's interesting. Like, is he the only conscious one of like the multiple time ones? I know this is crazy, but like I just think it's super like cool.
I don't
Yeah.
think there is. I don't think there are multiple. Like I think that whole conversation was just there.
Yeah, but it's Zack Snyder, so if
So
someone's
that's
saying
the way
it,
of
then
telling.
it's a
Because I
thing.
didn't.
Yeah,
I was okay. Well, there's not multiple.
he just
timelines, so
inserts stuff through people's lines. That's
that.
anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I just was just like, okay, I don't think there's multiple timelines.
Because
I
it's
think
out
just
of nowhere.
whatever.
It's like, well,
Well,
why
there
would you
is,
say-
but
and plus, like, how is
It's
that
like-
an alternate reality corpses from another timeline in that when did they die? Like, there's gonna be a nuclear blast soon. Wouldn't they just be nothing? So anyway, it's weird.
well, I think that opens the door for the prequels that
Yeah.
his company is intending on doing. It's there's a prequel film involving Dieter before he came to the States. I think it takes place in Germany, where he's like safe cracking and stuff like that, and what like it expands more upon like the lore of like the zombies, possibly with the government as well. And there's also a prequel animated film called Las Vegas, which is about the fall of Vegas, because like we only get like the very brief glimpses of like how Vegas fell, like in the opening with like the regular zombies, the Shamblers, and like when they walled off Vegas. But I feel like there's definitely a lot more like going on that is
So-
left up to the interpretation.
That anime one, is that the one? One of them's finished. Like they said in like a Hollywood Reporter or something like that they one of them is like there's a prequel that they have in the can. It's done.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's that's the Safecrackers film Dieter.
Oh, okay, cool.
He actually filmed that himself because he's a famous actor and director over in Germany.
Yeah. Cool.
So
What
yeah,
is going
I'm
on?
excited. I'm excited for this world to unfold because I think it's pretty cool and unique.
yeah. No, I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm not seeing anything like super interesting for me. The alien thing, I didn't even. I don't know. I just can't. I need to see things. I can't have a line of dialogue.
I know
Like, I need to see
it's
an
a
alien
classic
come down and do
show
something at
don't
the end.
tell. But like sometimes, I'm just saying sometimes Zack Snyder breaks that rule. And he tells and he doesn't show.
Yeah, like
Anyway.
if there's gonna be if there's gonna be an alternate
There's certain
timeline.
movies. Anyway.
If there's going to be an alternate timeline, I need to see something happen to so I'm clearly like, wow, that was an alternate, or that was weird. Like if an alien ship flew away in the background, and you're like, oh my god, is that an alien ship? What's going on?
Well, there
Oh my
were
God.
UFOs in the background in the beginning.
I don't know. I
didn't see that.
I didn't see that.
Is that true? Like when they're driving on that
Yeah, when the convoy trucks are driving out of the Area 51 area, I
Yeah.
think it's at the 40-second mark. I think if you look in the background, there are two super bright lights in the background, and they like zip across the sky at like really fast speed. I didn't even catch that the first time, but I looked again. I was like, oh yeah, they're two little UFOs. So that's pretty cool.
If somebody wants me to know something, they got to show it to me. That's like even if it's but it's a line of dialogue said.
You got to
not
do
even-
the looking though, Jay, man.
I
You
know,
gotta
but
look.
I was looking, but it should be a little bit more clear. Like I can't exactly see every little thing on the first. You got to catch me in the first viewing. This is and because this is a zombie movie, I've seen a million of these. It's like, what are you going to show me right now that's going to make me think, wow, this is not just a regular zombie movie? When he did Dawn of the Dead, have you seen Dawn of the Dead? His
Of
remake?
course, I've seen Dawn of the Dead.
Okay. Have you seen?
What kind
have
of
you
questions are these?
have you seen the original Dawn of the Dead?
I have not.
Okay, so that movie literally transformed everything you've ever known about anything for zombies. So you haven't seen that one. You've seen the remake. Now I've seen them all, and I saw Night of the Living. Have you seen Night of the Living Dead, the black and white one and the '90s one?
I have not.
So you have to watch.
You should really watch the original.
You need to
9/11
watch
again.
these.
It's great.
Like
Yeah.
you need to watch these. And the thing is that like this isn't I have more experience than you or whatever, but in this genre I do have more experience than you. And the thing is that you should really, if you watch these, you're going to have a brand new appreciation for the way these things work. And what Steve was saying with the shambling zombies, the tension is so high, especially Night of the Living Dead, because they're trapped in one house and these guys are coming. Yeah. And you're like, what are we going to do? We can't go anywhere. And that is where all this drama comes in.
It's not that they're slow, it's that they're relentless. Like, it doesn't matter that you can outrun them. They're just going to come after you regardless. And there's no stopping.
Warrior, man. Deadliest Warrior.
Wait, one second. Ryan, have you seen It Follows?
It Follows? No, I don't even know what that is.
That's a new movie. Look that one up. You're a filmmaker. Look up It Follows. This movie costs
sounds familiar.
Yeah, this movie costs like $5 to make or something. It's absolutely you're gonna be shocked. This is a super low budget, nothing movie, and it is so cool. I really liked it.
Well, it's tension filled, yeah.
It's super tense. Literally, my wife's like, I can't move. She's like, this is crazy. It's called It Follows. It's not zombies. It's just something else. I don't know what it is. And that's the cool part too. You don't really know. Why, Sean? What happened? Sean's dead.
He's
Sean,
in the
why
dark.
are you dead?
Oh boy.
Oh, he's frozen.
Sean After Dark.
Sean After Dark. Okay, I'm way behind on here.
Yeah, for
Ain't amazing. Oh, Skeptic, buddy, you're gonna be banned. You're right.
Skeptic, that invitation on my show, it's gonna go bye-bye very soon.
No way. I like Zack Snyder. Out of everybody on well, not on this panel, if we're including Ryan, but everybody else, I've been with Zack Snyder since the beginning, since Dawn of the Dead. I've loved every movie. I fought for Man of Steel against Sean. Mm-hmm. He lost me at BVS. That's where he lost me. I did not. I own the Ultimate Cut, which I haven't ever watched yet. I actually haven't watched the Ultimate Cut.
Man, come on, man. You come on.
I know. After Sean, he'll come back. That's where he kind of lost me because I was like, ooh. Because I don't know what happened, and then after that I was like, okay, he did the Owls one, which I liked again. I like Sucker Punch, and then Justice Zack Snyder Justice League. I think that to me is like half and half again because half the stuff I don't like. I think it's too long. I don't like the Nightmare stuff. So it's like
very disappointing.
Again, it's I know. Yeah, listen, but I've seen every Zack Snyder movie in the theater. That could be
you're lucky because I wish I did.
Yeah, and I've seen them all, and in some cases I've seen them multiple times. I saw Watchmen twice, and I saw 300 3 times.
Wow,
I love 300, and I bought all of Zach's books, the making of all those. There was nothing for Dawn of the Dead, but for Sucker Punch, Watchmen, and 300, I have minimum 2 or 3 hardcover books for each one. It shows his thought process. If you're going to buy one, I would recommend Sucker Punch if it's still available, because it talks about how he planned everything out. And like Baby Doll's sword, if you look at the etchings on her sword, it's actually the entire film etched out on her sword.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I know Zach has a knack for that because even on Superman's symbol, he has the entire hero's journey of Joseph Campbell written in Kryptonian script, which then got me into Joseph Campbell, and now I have like 3 of his books.
Unfortunately, I can't read, so there's a problem.
The audiobooks come in handy for me.
Oh, someone's texting me that, Sean. There's a blackout. Oh my God, he's going to be restarting. He had a blackout in his house.
Oh man, that sucks.
So yeah, so it's like it shows how and like Baby Dolls, every little piece of everything in each character is something. That has to do with something else in the movie. So there's a lot of intricate details in Sucker Punch. There is the intricate details in the other films, but because those other films are still like Watchmen is still Watchmen, so it's still Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons or whatever. So he can only do so much. But Sucker Punch he did a lot with. So I'm with Zach, and I'm not against them. And remember, everyone confuses this. When I say a movie's 5 out of 10, that doesn't mean it's garbage. 5 out of 10 means it's still good. I think people hear 5 out of 10.
In the middle.
It's in the middle. It's good.
Yeah.
Like it's. I'm not angered by it. Steve, I cut you off. Go ahead and make your point. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Deadliest Warrior. That was the thing. People. I don't know if anyone remembers that show.
It was great.
Zombies versus vampires. There was 100 zombies versus a vampire. Who would win?
Who won on that one? Do you remember?
That's cool.
It was a vampire.
The vampire still won, yeah, because the zombies are, okay.
These
People
are mindless.
exactly doesn't come back. He's done, but no, there's so. Oh no! Zack Snyder's going to continue on. Like he's going to continue on for sure. Like,
have you seen the making of the film? It's a featurette on Netflix for Army of the Dead. It's pretty cool. It's about like a 28-minute documentary. It's pretty awesome. They go into like how they did the makeup, the casting, talk about stuff, the VFX. It's pretty cool. And
what's
like,
it called? Is it just called Army of the Dead Making of?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. If you go on like the film, it's like like at the bottom, it has like the making of. Sean forgot to
I wouldn't mind checking it out. All right, so what's going on here? We're going crazy. Skeptic, it's okay. I'm mad. Anthony private messaged me asking he wanted to talk about something. So I said, I told him he could come on. You're a good guy. Yes, everyone's good. Look, we're not getting angry at each other. None of us made these movies. We're not Zack Snyder's best friends.
Although I wish I could be.
I'm getting zero commission, guys. So I don't.
Yeah, Ryan's not getting a paycheck for liking Army of the Dead. I'm not getting a paycheck for saying it was average. And Sean's
got no checks so far. So
yeah. All right, Anthony, what's going on, dude?
Oh, what's up, everybody? My bad. I didn't notice the text. I was doing something.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you messaged me. What do you want to say? Did you like Army of the Dead?
It was a good movie. I mean, it was. For me, it was like a 7 out of 10. It's not his best work, but
okay, so that's fair.
It was alright. I like the Zeus, the Queen. I guess he needs to explain more about the robots, but zombie robots.
Yeah, zombies.
Yeah, robot. Yeah, and what else? I mean, there's a prequel coming out, so I hope it makes sense with the prequel coming out. But like, it was an okay movie. It was not that bad. I said Dawn of the Dead is one of the best remake he done of all time. Like
that was a very good remake, and we were all. Did you see
that was scripted by James Gunn? They both made the movie themselves. He helped write in it.
Yeah. We said our piece about last time. It's like it's great. I don't like that it's called Dawn of the Dead because
I'll tell you something.
It's a totally different movie.
It's a totally different movie. Else. If it was not called Dawn of the Dead, it'd be like 10 out of 10. It was the damn best. Like in the first minute, I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, because I like Sarah Polley anyways, but like, she woke up and her husband's like already messed up. I'm like, "Holy crap!" Like, this is what we're talking about. And then the running zombies, which I normally would barf at, but I was like, I don't know, they seem pretty scary. So, and World War Z, remember World War Z came out not too long ago? That's a great book, but that movie is poo-hoo-hoo. And that had running zombies.
The book is amazing. I've read it like twice.
I've only watched bits of World War Z, and it was kind of whatever to me, like the bits and pieces.
Yeah, it's not that great.
It's trash.
Yeah, well, you took my words pretty much.
Yeah,
I feel like
everybody's taking a dive at like Anthony's definition of words he says.
I mean, hey, you know, it's a privilege.
He didn't trademark it, unfortunately.
True. That's true. Yeah.
Hey, Truth, what's going on?
Well,
Anthony's my number one favorite.
James Gunn loves Zack Snyder.
Sorry, guys.
I mean, people say, "Oh, James Gunn hates Zack Snyder." No, they're best friends in real life.
Yeah, they work together.
They work together. Yeah. They don't hate each other.
Yeah, they're not going to hate on each other. What's the point? There's no point in that.
They're both great directors. Like James Gunn is a decent director. I'm gonna see what he does with the Suicide Squad and stuff like that.
For sure.
And stuff. I have respect for James Gunn as a director and Zach too. They're both decent. They're both great. I like Zach Vision more than James Gunn. Obviously, his Zach Vision is just crazy.
What about Slither? Did you like Slither by James Gunn? That was a cool movie. We saw
awesome.
that.
Oh yeah, okay. That was
awesome.
He should do a sequel to that, but who knows?
Yeah, remember when that guy was like all filled up and he just flew up? That was the damn best, man. I was like cheering. I was like, that's what I want to see. Like the Tiger Woods guy's face off was good.
What the fuck just happened? He just exploded.
Oh,
Yeah,
are you talking about
yeah.
Are you talking about the Valentine scene when she kills Martin? She like eat his face off. Yeah, that was a great scene.
Is that you'll have to refer to them as what they are. So yeah, tiger eating villain. Yeah, that guy.
Oh,
the
God.
tiger
I'm
eating
sorry,
the
but
villain's
that
face,
scene was cool as fuck. I was like,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was funny. That was funny.
I'm trying to
There-
show respect to the character names.
Yeah, I'm gonna not respect their names.
Sucker
You can
Punch.
just
No. I mean, no.
Sucker
Because
Punch
J-Man's
people
a
know they
hater.
can't be.
No,
I'm a hater.
I'll say this: if Netflix buy the rights to Sucker Punch to do the director cut that Zack Snyder has, then I'll be okay. Okay, Netflix.
No, okay. So Sean, Owen and I from Action Elite, we discussed
I own the DVD. I own it somewhere in my house. I don't even know.
So Owen's gonna give me the tin because
Oh,
it's my
wow.
wife. Sucker Punch is my wife's favorite movie.
You can find it
Um,
everywhere to find it.
It's hard to find. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I have the steel book tin, but she doesn't. So I'm gonna give you her Blu-ray copy, which is the extended version, and she'll
Oh,
keep
cool.
the tin.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Sean, you don't give a shit about Sucker Punch, and you didn't like it. So why
No,
not?
I want to watch it to see if there's because I never saw the extended. We saw it in a theater, and I was like, "What the hell?" Like, you
The
know,
extended cut is much better. This
Yeah.
is again another.
Yeah,
another
I agree with
Batman-
that. There's much.
it's
better
Warner
for it.
Brothers. And he's not the only director they do that to.
Oh,
But
no, they
do
do
it
it to
all the
every
time,
director.
right? Yeah, yeah.
I think James Gunn is the only director that hasn't cut that movie. That's it, only. Because he's brand new to Warner Brothers.
Well, and Nolan too.
Well,
Nolan as
Nolan
well.
too, actually.
They need to start cutting Nolan's
They
movies.
do. His movies tend to go a little bit long, and they don't really need to.
Well,
be.
he
A lot
doesn't
of
work
the
with Warner
times,
Brothers no more. After Tenet, which...
He's pissed off now because of the HBO Max stuff. Right? 'Cause they want-
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't even know why he was. I get why he was mad, but I think people are reframing it. But the thing is, Disney did the same exact thing, but the difference
That's
was that Disney talked to their talent first.
Well, I'm sorry,
then-
Nolan. I respect you, but even your shitty fucking Tenet film didn't deserve HBO Max.
Hey, no, I'm sorry. That film was Dookie. First of all, it's Dookie. Okay, Dookie. The new
I like
definition.
Tenet. It was really cool.
New J-Man.
Definition
See,
of
ask you
DJ
a
man, now
question
you know
then.
how it feels.
New
I thought you
definition
can't
of
go
the day.
back in
It's
time. If you go back in time, air works the other way, and your lungs can't breathe it. So how is the wife back
Sean, you
in
hate
time
Tenet, right?
on that boat? I don't. It's like he said you can't do it, and then everyone's doing it.
But
It
how do
doesn't make sense. Tenet, the
zombies
whole
aren't
story
real.
of Tenet doesn't make sense.
Zombies
I'm
aren't
sorry.
real. How can
No,
that
but-
be? Because it's
no,
a
but-
movie.
No, I'm talking about verisimilitude. If you have context in your movie, and then you pick said context, then I
Yeah,
don't
thank
know
you.
what the hell I'm
Yeah,
watching.
It sucks.
So here's my problem
I
with
like
the movie.
Tenet. It was really cool.
You know, J-Man already have Tenet, so I don't really know. You see,
It's
he
cool to
already have
look
it.
at, and the soundtrack is awesome. The
I
soundtrack is
have
awesome.
that because it's Christopher.
What?
I have every Christopher Nolan movie in my house. That I would throw that in the garbage, but because I wasted $35 on it, I'm not gonna throw it in the garbage. Okay,
Yeah,
because Christopher Nolan, I have every movie that Christopher Nolan ever made.
Oh man.
I would not just. I would
Yeah.
I would throw that in the garbage, but I'm not spending another $20.
That was the only good part of Wonder Woman 84 is that wink.
I think I only own 4 Christopher Nolan movies. This one and the 3
Damn.
Batmans.
Oh wow!
I
Which
think
one?
Sean
no, you
the
own
Batmans. The
Memento.
Batman movies.
It's funny because
I have Memento. I forgot about that. You're right. I have Memento.
It's funny
You don't
'cause-
own Prestige.
Well, I got
Ten-
Batman. I got Batman because of the collector edition they did with the whole trilogy and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It's funny. I feel like Tenet is like my only film from like Nolan that I don't like. Every other film of his,
I agree with you.
I really like, but Tenet was just.
I agree with Ryan right there.
I don't know.
Didn't care
I don't know.
for Interstellar or Dunkirk.
Oh
I
well,
ain't gonna lie,
but no.
Interstellar was like okay, like the
It was
story was.
all
Did you
right.
guys like Insomnia? Because I didn't. So,
No,
I
didn't
actually really
that.
like that film. I do.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool.
I
I
like
never watched Insomnia.
Prestige, Inception, Memento's his best one. The Batmans are good, and then
Prestige is okay, but there's clones.
Well, only
How
2
does that
Batman
work?
movies that he done is good, not Dark Knight Rises.
How
That
does
does
that
not
work?
work.
Actually, yeah, you're right, Anthony. Dark Knight Rises and
I'm
Tenet.
sorry,
Those are the
excuse
two
me,
worst
8 years.
films.
Having okay, what kind of Batman does retire after 8 years? You feel me? Like,
We're gonna do this
excuse me,
again?
Nolan. No other, even Ben Affleck Batman. Yeah, thank you. I will do that to Christopher Nolan. In 2012, I would have done that to him. Listen, first of all, I've never seen a Batman retire after 8 years. I'm not Frank Miller Batman. I'm okay with that shit. But like it's like saying, oh, Ben Affleck Batman retire after 8 years. Like, come on. No.
That's what. See, that's why I like Ben Affleck's Batman. He just takes women. That's it.
Facts.
Like in that scene when he
And
wakes
he's
up from his
been working as
nightmare,
Batman
he
for
looks.
20 years. He's been doing it for 20 years.
It's like that scene in BVS. He looks over from the bed. There's a woman. He's like, whatever. Just another one.
Oh my
Sharing the
God.
stream.
Well, hey, that's
Damn,
We're
Josh,
talking-
that's an insult.
We're just talking about how much Anthony loves Tenet. That's all.
oh no.
If you're just joining us, If you're just joining us, that's what we're talking
I
about.
only bought Tenet because it's Christopher Nolan. I would have burned it just like I did with Justice League and Wonder Woman 84.
I don't think you
Well,
can burn a
technically,
Blu-ray. Can you?
I did burn Wonder Woman 84, and I went to a thrift store and I found it for like $5.
No, you didn't. What a lie.
No, I mean,
You didn't find. First of all, the stores aren't open, and it wasn't $5. You didn't.
yeah, okay, well, because I think when I bought it was like 20 something. I forgot the original.
Yeah, that's a lot of money,
We
right?
go from 5 to 20.
Yeah.
Well, if you find it right now at a thrift store, probably find it for cheap.
Anthony just found his bill. He's like, oh shit, it was 20.
Yeah, I mean 20. I mean, listen, Patty Jenkins. She's a little bit good director. Bro, her worst movie. Well,
In a little bit.
her worst
Andrew.
movie is Thor and 84. That's it, bro. You know,
Anthony, what is your thoughts on the Batman movie?
the Batman.
Matt Reeves.
Matt Reeves. Good old Matt Reeves. Okay. How do I say this polite? Okay. Listen, I like Matt Reeves. He's a decent director. I like his Planet of the Apes movies and other movies that he's done in the past. But am I excited for the? I mean, he's taking inspiration from the Long Halloween and other, but you don't have to read the comics. Arkham, if you're watching Arkham, Jesus Christ. I mean, it was supposed to be Ben Affleck movie. Obviously, he was gonna do it in 2018. Well, 2017, 2018, it would have released. If he would have, I mean, if Warner Bros. Never tortured him and make him an alcoholic, which they did,
Oh
they turned him into an alcoholic. Jeez, and almost destroy his career.
my God! Warner Brothers is very, very evil.
I mean, listen, right, Ryan, they turned Ben Affleck into an alcoholic.
Yeah, suck it, Warner Brothers.
How did we get from Anthony? What do you think of the Batman to Warner Brothers turned Ben Affleck into an
Yeah, like what happened? That really.
You guys don't know about what happened?
Yeah,
Oh,
no, I agree with Anthony. I mean, that's been the accusation. And I think somebody told Ben Affleck that he thought that the script he wrote was great, but if he goes through with it, he'll probably die of alcoholism. So, like, everyone knew there were issues going on there, but the thing is, I don't think Warner Brothers helped.
No, they didn't.
Well, Warner Brothers added on to the stress that he was already going through while working on the Batman and during the Justice League reshoots, because those were literally eating him away. Because
he almost punched Joss Whedon in the mouth.
Yeah, and he should have.
He should have, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, although Joss Whedon would have won the lawsuit, and probably Ben Affleck would have been in jail if he would have done that.
No, he's Ben Affleck.
Well, yeah, actually, he's the president. He would have got out.
Irresistible force meets an immovable object.
He'd get 3 days, and then he's.
Listen, I like Robert Pattinson's a great actor. I mean, I hate when people go Twilight. He hates Twilight. I even said in an interview, I like your performance in Twilight. I said, oh my God, fucking Twilight. Every time he hate Twilight. he even said himself in every interview, I hate Twilight. Don't talk about that shit. I mean, they tortured Robert Pattinson in Twilight. That's what he did the last movie, and that's it. But hey, I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I mean, I'm gonna see what his Batman is like. So far, he killed a guy. Like, he killed him. Come on, he killed him in the trailer. Come on. He got a broken nose. If he didn't kill him, then he got a broken nose and a broken face, pretty much.
Well, he beat the living hell out of him.
He'll be drinking out of a straw for the rest of his
Oh
life.
yeah, definitely.
I wish they would do a ninja. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but like
Mhm.
literally growing up, like I thought Batman was a ninja. Like he
Yeah.
just
Oh,
knocks
I
you down,
agree.
boom,
Yeah,
boom,
yeah,
boom,
yeah.
boom, and you're done. Like I never thought of this like
It's but
aggressive. Like he just keeps pummeling.
the
them.
ninja
What-
thing was like mid '90s onward because that's not. I mean, he was supposed to be a brawler to begin with, and then no one knew what a ninja was when
Right.
Batman was created. But like the whole ninja thing, I feel like the first time I saw any mention of ninja training was Night Quest.
Oh,
In
yeah.
between Nightfall and Night's End.
Yeah.
Because he wore that mask, the
Yeah.
bat mask, totem, and that's the first time I saw any sort of ninja mention. But
Yeah, so to me, that just became part of like some
it
things
makes
happen.
sense. It makes
sense, right? Like
Yeah.
things happen to certain characters along the way as we go,
Yeah,
where it either sticks with the character and that becomes a thing with the character that stays on, and then some things just are a one-time thing, or one writer did it their way and then it kind of went away. So to me, modern interpretations of Batman, he needs to be a seasoned fighter. It's not like Wildcat, right? Justice Society, where he literally is like a boxer.
Well, it's not like
brawler.
Christopher Nolan Batman. He couldn't fight for nothing. Let's be honest.
Right, he wasn't. Yeah, I didn't find those fight
The
scenes
se-
to be that exciting.
and
And it looked like the shaky cam is from like the
I hate shaky
like
cam.
the
Yeah,
James. What is the movie that
Jason
Matt-
Bourne, the Jason
Yeah,
Bourne.
Oh,
film.
yes,
those are
yes.
awful.
Oh my god!
It's funny
Awful.
because in Batman Begins, they actually did try with like the hand-to-hand combat. If you watch
Yeah.
the featurette, like Bale is doing some really like impressive moves and like what he's training with, but Nolan, I don't know what his stylistic choice was. The editing and everything, it ruined like what was cool to begin with. Like, and I mean, to me, I like Batman being brutal. Maybe it's just me. I think it adds to the character as since he's full of
89.
since he's full of like vengeance and rage, especially for like Pattinson. Since he's still kind of like a young Batman, he carries
Yeah,
a lot
he's
of
in
rage with
second year
him.
as Batman.
He almost looks like a brutal, like a brilliant, like brutal surgeon when he fights. Like he's like, I'm efficient, but I'm gonna be brutal as hell when I take you down. Because like, you know, he blocks and then he like breaks the guy's arm, then he pummels his face in. Like, I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool.
And Andy Serkis is gonna be a great outfit. He's gonna be my second. Like
I think he'll be great.
he'll be great. Like, I would love if they go like Alfred backstory a little bit, how he was a secret agent, but they will never do that. Although the show, the Pennyworth show, which is a okay show, it was
Mhm.
good. It was okay. They explain his backstory, which I like. Well, I mean, you know.
The climax of Aquaman is like phenomenal, especially like
It's pretty
when I
great.
watch it
Yeah.
on 4K.
You
I was like,
mean the
holy
ripoff
crap.
of Namor?
What's that, Anthony? Yeah, it is a ripoff of Namor. They kind of took Namor's story, which is weird. Like, why? You have like 4 million Aquaman stories.
Yeah,
You don't need
because
to take Namor's.
Namor was the first.
He's
you
the
know,
first. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
the first.
Marvel first
Yeah.
character technically. Yes, well,
Technically.
yeah, first. And
Yeah.
then DC
Or maybe Captain America was first. I don't remember.
Yo, Captain
I'd have
America.
to look
Okay,
it
I
up.
remember.
You know,
and
Sean,
they're
who was
like, okay,
first?
let's turn Namor.
No, I
into
don't.
Aquaman. Which okay.
I'm pretty sure it was Namor who was first because he was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
wasn't
Namor
it?
was
Wasn't he introduced in like 1940? And then Aquaman
Yeah.
was
I feel
Aquaman
like
was
Namor is
41.
first. Yeah.
Namor's before Aquaman for sure, but I'm
No,
saying,
yeah.
I'm saying if he's before Captain America. This is
Yeah,
all
and
like
the
this
thing
is
is
all.
that
Marvel wasn't a company. Like this isn't
Marvel's
Marvel.
not a
Like this is
company,
like,
Yeah.
and this is no Stanley. Like Stanley's a baby, right? So like we're
Yeah,
talking
Stanley
like
was, like,
Joe
5 years
Simon,
old.
Bill Everett, Jack Kirby.
Yeah.
Bill Everett is Namor, and did he do Torch as well? I can't remember if he
I
did
think,
Torch or
yeah.
not. But like,
Either
yeah,
them-
those guys are the first.
I thought Kirby did Torch, or no, it wasn't him.
I don't
It was
remember.
Jack-
I was
I
never
think it
into
was-
Human Torch.
Wasn't Stan Lee who did it?
No, I'm
No.
talking about the original Human Torch, Jim Hammond, not Johnny
Yeah.
Oh,
Storm.
Jim Samuel.
Oh, okay.
The android.
Yeah, so the android Human Torch, who looks exactly the same as Human Torch. They just retooled him, and then they brought back the other one. There's 2 Human Torches.
Yeah, Namor's 1939, Captain America's 1941.
Oh, okay.
So Namor's first. Wow, yeah, nice. Yeah.
Damn it, I was
And
a
the
year
thing
off.
is about Namor, like if they introduce him in a Black Panther sequel, I don't. That's a maybe. That's a big if. That's a big rumor. Like people's gonna, oh, he's a ripoff of Aquaman. Yeah. Well, people, I know y'all hate every MCU movie, but you have to give props to Marvel. Namor was first, then
Yeah.
Aquaman. Even if they cast, I mean, whoever they cast as Namor in the MCU, I know people say, yeah, Aquaman ripoff is that. And the thing is, like, they can't do a Namor movie because there's already Aquaman movie, so they have to do maybe like a TV show if they're gonna do it.
Well, it's the same as Thanos and Darkseid. Like in the
Yeah.
comics, Thanos was a ripoff of Darkseid.
yeah.
Yeah.
But now
Even Jim
Thanos
Starlin
is
admitted it.
crossover popular. Like he's a household name. Everyone knows what Thanos is. And I
Yeah.
saw jokes online when the Zack Snyder Justice League came out, calling Darkseid like Thanos' baby brother or something like
No.
that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
that pisses me
it's like
off.
because you know Thanos from the movies because Marvel did what they're supposed to and brought that character to the
Yeah.
public in a great way that you now love that character. But that's not the first character. The Darkseid was before him.
Yeah,
And
It's more like-
Even
it's more
Jack
like-
Kirby said.
So.
Jack Kirby said, yeah, it was a ripoff of
Even Jim
Oh,
Starlin admitted it when he created
Oh
Thanos.
yeah, no, they readily admit it. It's
No,
like they
but-
just ripped them off. Yeah.
yeah, and like, okay, so newsflash to everybody, and Sean and I are going to talk about this not this Friday but next Friday. Like every character is ripped off of something.
yeah.
Like if you want, I will show you the Flash Gordon comic book strips where Robin's costume is literally Dale Arden's costume. Not a little bit. It's the exact costume. Aquaman's costume is in there. Green Arrow's costume is in there. The Hawkman is Hawkman.
Yeah.
The Green Archer serial, right, which is the thing. Robin Hood is also Green Arrow, but also Doc Savage.
Robin
is
Hood the
Clark-
movie?
Robin Hood. Like I'm talking about Robin. Like Green Arrow is Robin Hood, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
technically.
But like literally, Doc Savage. His name is Clark Savage. He has a Fortress of Solitude. I
Yeah,
have
Doc
the statue
Savage.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
it's
a
like
Spitfire.
Oh, so he's
Yeah.
and he has the
Superman.
thing. It's like he's Superman, right? Now they changed it to the Widow's
the
Peak.
Widow's Peak.
The
Yeah.
Widow's
And-
Peak later.
And he's a master martial artist like Batman, and he can and he's like wealthy too.
He's wealthy.
Like Batman,
Yeah.
he's like a
Yeah.
billionaire.
Yeah.
He's
Right.
a Renaissance man.
He's a
yeah.
Renaissance man.
And
Exactly.
there are plenty of characters like that now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So everybody is taking it's what you spin on it. But yeah, when people this pisses me off because even though I'm not dying over the Zack Snyder Justice League, it doesn't matter. The facts are that Darkseid's better than Thanos anyways. But
Yes.
Darkseid predates him. Like
Yeah, he does.
I thought something. Sean, do you remember? I don't remember her name. I don't remember her name. She worked at Rogers with us, you and me, when we were doing
Okay.
the TV. And she says she's like, oh, what's this Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck? She's like, that's such a ripoff of Spider-Man. I'm like,
Spider-Man, yeah.
You know that they're
Yeah,
not
we
the
were all
same, right?
livid.
I was
That's
pissed
funny.
off because firstly I like Daredevil, but I'm like, no, Daredevil and Spider-Man are not the same. Like, what are you talking about? She's like, well,
They're
she's a
born
ripoff.
this
I'm
in
like,
the comics. They're way
Daredevil's
cooler.
cooler.
Both
that's what you have
characters
to
are in
do,
my
like,
top 10. Daredevil is slightly above Spider-Man, but when I was a kid, Spider-Man was above Daredevil, obviously.
Yeah.
But
it's
like-
the general audience. It's the so-called normies, and that's
Yeah,
the
the
problem,
normies.
right? It's like like someone like I think who's a skeptic said if they made an Adam movie, people would think, oh, it's another
It's
Ant-Man
Ant-Man.
thing. It's
Right.
like
Yeah.
I've seen before,
even the Ant-Man we got is an Ant-Man. Like, I never cared about.
No.
Well, I never really read any.
It's Hank
Ant-Man
Pym, but
comics.
that's not who we got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Moon Knight? Are we pumped for Moon Knight? I mean, that might be really cool.
Oh, Moon
I
Knight.
never
if
followed
it's-
Moon Knight, but I'll watch
If
this.
it's like Winter Soldier, that's those fight scenes and got cool fight scenes and stuff like that. I definitely will.
We'll see it. I mean,
Right.
hopefully it's got better
see
writing
it.
than.
I'm gonna see it
than-
next year. I think it's coming out next year, I believe.
Well, they went out of the way to get a quality actor, so I mean, they're serious about it.
Deadpool
Yeah.
is Spider-Man. Well, it's Spider-Man with swords, is what Rob Liefeld pitched to the
And Deathstroke.
and
Well, in the
Deathstroke the name. Yeah.
Deadpool is gay.
What?
There goes
Like
Anthony.
you mean homosexual, or you meaning that word in
Wade Wilson,
negative?
Slave Wilson.
Yeah, that was totally on purpose too.
That was on purpose. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Rob Liefeld. We're not gonna get into that. I'm a
The
Rob.
thing is that
I'm a Rob. What's the term?
although like
Defender? No,
people
what's
say
the-
who would win between, like people always say who would win between Deadpool and Deathstroke. It's like Deathstroke, like you can't kill Deathstroke.
You can kill. I think Deadpool would kill Deathstroke. would
Time
think.
your body back.
But I don't think that matters. Anytime you get into this versus that, it doesn't matter to me. Like that's why I always say Superman would win. Superman can beat anybody, right? It's like he'll figure out a way to win. right? So it's like I don't know, and you got to go by like Superman was the first technical superhero, so you can't disrespect him by saying, "Oh, somebody else can just kick the crap out of him" or whatever. Like it depends if it's just a storyline where he gets beat, but I'm talking about just in general. Like we both say, this guy versus that guy, and I always thought the DC characters were stronger.
I
Like
don't
in
mean
general.
to. I don't mean to interrupt, but I actually have to get going. My mom's
Alright.
calling me to go eat some dinner with the family.
No worries.
But thanks for having me on, though, Jay, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. You brought a little bit of light to the army of the dead. So
Yeah.
Anthony left before you. So
Look
he's
at
done.
that.
All right. Thanks so much, Ryan.
No problem.
All right. See you, dude.
See ya.
Deadpool is gay for co-ops.
Deadpool's supposed to be like pansexual or something.
I think he's
in
just,
the
he
comics.
doesn't, 2009. Man, I read the first 3 story arcs. Anthony's back. I read the first 3 story arcs of Deadpool, and I wasn't dying over them as I do like to say the Rob. I like the. That's me. I do like the Rob Liefeld Deadpool, just because he looks cool when Rob draws him in his weird kind of like poses and stuff, and then I think some of that gets lost later. But I don't know. I was not dying over Deadpool in the comics that much. Like I always thought Rob Liefeld. I love Garrison Kane. I just found on eBay, not on eBay, this gofigure.com. I got Garrison Kane, the big one in the package, Garrison Kane, the small one in the package, and both versions of him in the package. And I already have 2 Garrison Kane figures loose. I love Garrison Kane. I thought he was a sick character. So I was like those guys. Were you guys into Deadpool, into the comics, or not really?
No.
No.
Yeah, I mean, Sentry versus Superman. The Sentry was a cool comic.
Yeah.
Sentry is like one of the most messed up characters in comics. Like
he's messed
he's
up.
devoid, like too, and it's just weird. Like they even get into it.
I mean, Deadpool's
like,
great.
Problems.
Pardon?
I like Sentry, man.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good series. The first ever series.
Was that the one where they tried to fool everyone by saying he's a long lost
Deadpool
Silver Age character, and
way
he
better
never
than
was.
Yeah.
They tried to pull a Rocketeer.
Well,
For
we
years,
also
I thought
got
Rocketeer was
Deadpool
like an
movies,
old
they
character.
make
and he
him
wasn't.
interesting, better than the comics.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, the movies made Deadpool better. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's the same, is it not? I mean, he's the merc with the mouth, and it's the same thing. They just brought that act to the movie.
Yeah,
right?
and I hope he gets his face back. Like in the comics, I know this attack, like he gets face back and stuff like that.
I mean, I don't know. For some reason, for me, it worked better in the movie. For some reason, I just thought it was more fun and it was just kind of cool. I've seen both part 1 and 2 at least 2 times each, once in the theater and once at home. Each one I showed it to my wife. She liked both as well,
Yeah.
which is very surprising. She asked to watch it, and I said to her, I'm like, this is literally everything you hate. And she's like, no. And she really liked it. I think Ryan Reynolds saying the lines makes it better.
You need an actor with a personality.
Yeah.
And a presence. Yeah.
And he's Canadian.
Yeah. It's the case for actors versus like everyone is CGI, right?
Yeah.
Which was the prediction for the future.
Hey, who's the best Alfred in the live action?
No, hell no, he's garbage as Alfred. No, he's first of all, he'd be like, Master Wayne, if one day you will be sitting at the table and I will look across at you and you will nod your head, get the hell out of here with that Alfred shit in Dark Knight Rises. First of all, he's trash. I would say Jamie Irons. Alfred, it was to me is the best. He's number 1. Then I would say Michael Keaton Alfred. But technically, he was in every Batman movie.
He was in all of them. Yeah.
And then, what else? And maybe Michael Kennedy's third, but he's not the best Alfred, man. I'm sorry.
I'd say the most useful Alfred is still the Adam West show Alfred, because he was Batman. For a couple episodes, it's like a couple of those adventures, and he does stuff too, and he helps them out in the Batcave and everything. And the second best is probably the Michael Keaton one. I don't know. Now the thing is, I don't know why they can't get someone who looks like the comic book Alfred. And it's funny because like they got that look from one of the movie serials. I can't remember if it's the second one.
I don't remember. I'm gonna watch those.
They modeled Alfred after the actor at the time, and he was like he looked like that with the mustache and everything. Yeah, the second one. Yeah.
So Steve, who do you think was the best live action Alfred?
66 Batman. He felt the most like Alfred.
Yeah.
Like someone who was multi-dimensional. The problem is that as much as Michael Gough or Guff, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, was the Batman I grew up with. When you go back and look at the comics, he was too much of the stereotypical English butler bat one. Like,
and that's what Michael Caine was, right?
Basically. Which was what Michael Caine was. I actually think Jeremy Irons is the second best because Jeremy Irons was a little bit more functional. You need, like, Alfred was a surgeon. He was like all these other things.
Like he works.
He's a partner.
Like he was like
he's a partner. I think Jeremy Irons is the best.
Like, but you know, they show more of that in that Justice League. It's like like he's way better in that Justice League movie.
Oh,
in the 3-hour one. Yeah. He's making a thing and he's making stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he's off later. It's great. Yeah.
I think Jeremy Irons.
And then he helping Diana make ice.
Yeah, he's really good.
No, he's really good.
But they cut all that stuff out.
He's making shit and he's getting stuff done. I liked him. I think he's the best. I think maybe he, and then number 2 is Adam West Alfred. Because I want Alfred to do. I don't hate any of the Alfreds, but Michael Caine doesn't do anything. He just sends, "Oh, sir." It's like, okay.
The Alfreds are more partners in crime.
Oh, sir.
Like, I would say the Michael Keaton one, Batman Returns. He's more of a Batman partner.
Yes,
that's the only movie I feel where he's more of a Batman. Like he's doing stuff in a Batcave as Batman is out in his little sled thing or whatever.
Well, as much as I love the '89 Batman, Alfred letting Vicky Vale
all the time,
ridiculous.
That was silly.
I think it was like Tiny Toons or Animaniacs where they made fun of that. And it's like where Batman's like, "Geez, Alfred, why don't you tell the whole world we're down here?"
Well, I mean, like even like on the special features for Batman, the main writer, Batman was like, "I didn't write that." Like, I did not write that. It was
like a Warner Brothers note or something. It's like,
and Batman
was probably Warner Brothers.
In Batman Returns, he's like, he goes, there's the matter of privacy to consider. You can't just take it to any old Joe's body shop. He's like, privacy? He's like, who let Vicky Vale into the Batcave? I'm sitting here working. I turn around, it's like, oh, hi, Vic.
Yeah.
and then Batman and Robin. And then Batman and Robin, he's sick. Like, how the fuck Alfred's sick? Come on.
Thank God they
let's find a cure from Dr. Freeze so he could help Alfred. And then you got Batgirl, I don't know.
Thank God Mr. Freeze just happened to be working on an antidote for that rare disease.
You guys are
really? And what kind of virgin does Alfred die? Like, really?
Well, he died in the comics.
They'll Aunt May that in 1 second.
Yeah, of course.
It's like, oh, it was an actor or something. I don't know.
Well, they've been sticking with it pretty hardcore.
They've been sticking with it. It's going to be, I think, like a Jason Todd thing.
Jeremy Irons.
DC reboot then.
Yeah, and the thing is that, and the Flash, in the Flash movies,
is good.
Like technically, Michael Keaton Alfred is dead because the actor died in 2009 or something. So I don't know what they're gonna do to his Alfred because. Are they going to recast Michael Keaton Alfred? Because he's dead in real life.
He's dead, yeah.
Yeah, Sean, I don't know what you're going to do.
Yeah, Gotham's okay.
Sean?
Yeah, the Aunt May in the Raimi movies is great to me. It's like, that is Aunt May. Like,
in the Sam Raimi movies, Aunt May?
Yeah.
Oh, she looked exactly like her, I thought.
Looks-wise, yeah. Like, character-wise, she's still a little bit... Like, what people don't realize about Aunt May in the comics is she's daft. Like... More than half the time,
Alfred in the comics.
Yeah, what Aunt May in the comics is daft. Like she's like, oh, this nice man came in and blah blah blah. I'm like, it's Dr. Octopus. Like everyone's like, what the hell?
It depends who's writing her though, because that she wasn't like that. Like when I was reading it in like the late 80s, early 90s.
So I haven't got there yet. Where I am now, is
I
she's not even
feel like it's
talking.
who's writing her because like she's pretty much with it. She was like the moral compass, really.
Yeah,
So that whole Doc Ock thing never sat well with me. I know it's a classic story, but it's so stupid. It really is. Everyone's off character. It's like,
and I'm sorry to say this about Sam Raimi movies. Like Aunt May in those movies made Peter look like a bitch. Like people keep like Aunt May was being a dick to Peter the whole time.
No, she wasn't. What are you talking about?
She was.
No, she wasn't. And she did that big hero speech. She did that big hero speech. Like everybody needs a hero.
Yeah, she has the best speech.
In the theater, I stood up and I was going to be a hero. I was like, I'm going to be a hero.
Wait,
that was a good
Aunt May in the comics joins the Black Panthers at one point, or something like
what
the
the
Black
fuck?
Oh, Jesus,
Okay,
yeah?
And I'm like, what the hell?
why do they do that?
Holy shit! The
She's
Black
like a
Panthers,
man.
they crazy.
And I'm like, what
Crazy.
the hell? Yeah,
That is
Whoa.
serious.
Aunt May is completely bonkers in the comics. I'm at the point now where she's not really talking. She's not really talking to Peter.
I'm not on the bourbon. Stop it.
You're on. She's not really talking to Peter, because he dropped out of school, and she's like,
She was like Toby Aunt May was great, but like sometimes I was like, you don't have to poke him or like be mean to him like most of the time, but not a lot of time.
No,
But
Sean.
like I mean, and Amazing Spider-Man, Toby and Andrew Virgin of Aunt May was okay, I guess, sort of.
Yeah, let me just think
And
about,
then Tom
like,
Holland Virgin, like I like a young Aunt May. I don't like seeing an older Virgin. Like
I can't accept a younger Aunt May. I was gonna say about like Sally Field and then Marissa Tomei. They get younger and younger, and the thing is, of a certain generation, I can't accept Sally Field as Aunt May. I just can't do it. It's like, to me, she'll always be like a freaking 70s, early 80s Sally Field. She'll always be like Smokey and the Bandit, and it's like it's like I accepted the Sam Raimi Aunt May because she looks like she does in the comics. She gives Peter advice.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
stuff.
She looked like
It's like
that's
classic, like, to me, Aunt May. Then you got Sally Field.
Yeah.
Then Marissa Tomei, and like even in the movie, people are hitting on her. And it's like, that's not Aunt May. She's not supposed to be a MILF. She's supposed to be like an old matronly woman that gives him advice every now and again. Done. Not like a straight-shirted, like skin tight wearing freaking Marissa Tomei.
I mean, plus Happy got a but not like a sort of relationship to Aunt May and Tom Holland Virgin or Spider-Man. Sort of.
Maybe Tom Holland likes Marissa Tomei. It's gonna be like Greg Brady and Florence Henderson.
Sure.
There you go.
I mean, if the rumors are true that they're gonna show up in the new Spider-Man movie, I don't know how they're gonna do. Like, how you gonna continue this storyline? Like, after Spider-Man 3, where the fuck did Toby Spider-Man win? After Amazing Spider-Man 2, where did Andrew Garfield Spider-Man win? You have to explain. Like, I don't know how you're gonna explain that.
I don't know what they're gonna do. Like, I have no idea. Okay, Andrew, I'll put a link in here for the last half an hour before we close up shop.
J-Man,
I don't mind Tom Holland Aunt May. What the fuck? Did he just left?
No. He's just backstage.
Oh, the thing is, like, I don't mind Tom Holland Aunt May. Like, she looked beautiful. She looked great. I mean, I don't mind her. Like, to me, Aunt May, it is what it is. I don't hate her. His Aunt May.
Oh, look, he Caleb wants him to go on to Pornhub.
I don't mind her. Oh my God, MCU Peter, Aunt May. No,
come on, kid.
Stop it! Don't do it. Stop it.
Wait, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out
I don't see you.
Oh, my fucking thing isn't plugged in.
There's two of you.
Oh, we got so many people coming in.
Hey, what up, guys?
I'm trying to plug it in.
I don't have any viewers anymore. They're all here.
Where the hell is it?
Oh, hey, Andrew. How you doing?
Hey, Microman.
Hi. How you doing?
Did Steve
Ryan.
leave or what happened there?
Steve is Steve just went backstage for just a second. He's coming back.
Oh.
I think he just went to get water or something.
Hey. Oh, never mind. Steve is.
You can talk.
Why does he have like a? Why does Steve Skeptic for like a second there have like this? Have like the binoculars angle?
Oh, that
Yeah,
was
it looked like
that
it
was
was
my
in
that was my
360.
Valve Index. Sorry.
What the hell?
Yeah. Okay.
So
But can I
yeah,
just say, can I
I
just say
was-
real quick? Oh, sorry.
what's up?
Well, I was
Guys.
gonna say I rest my case when I said in the chat of how Sam Raimi understands the character better than the other people who after him.
Yeah,
That's
he
true.
really liked the '60s stuff. But by the way, I wasn't joking. My
Yeah.
dad was hit on by I think
Marissa
Tomei.
Tomei?
Yeah, Marissa Tomei. Like back
You're
in like,
kidding.
the early 2000s.
Wow.
He was married to my mom by then, so
Oh,
obviously
really?
nothing happened. But didn't she date Robert Downey Jr. at one point?
Yeah, I think they were in a movie together once.
I don't know any celebrity unless it's like
I don't
Brad
know.
Pitt and Angelina Jolie, who I don't even know if they're still together or not. I don't know anything about these
Yeah.
celebrity.
Oh
So
my
we're Andrew and I are going to talk about Spider-Man on Friday. Is that right?
I know,
Andrew? Is that
but I
right?
thought I'd prop a little bit right now before
Yeah,
we
yeah.
fully
So a
do
little
it.
bit. We won't go too much into because I want to save some.
Wow,
and
that's gonna be
you.
Can I
so
just say? But can I just say one thing?
Oh,
uh,
Anthony, that's so mean.
Can I just say one thing? Skeptic. Skeptic. George Clooney is not a good Batman. You shut your mouth.
He's better than Bale to me. Bale had no personality.
You rather take back credit cards.
Yeah.
Andrew,
Yeah,
you
because back credit
fucking
card
Toby
like
Dick,
66
bro.
Batman, and I love 66 Batman.
Dude,
And the one with Mr.
guys, that Bat credit card, the expiry date said forever.
That's hilarious.
I'll take it. I'll
Okay.
take
Is it Batman Forever the movie? Oh my
Actually,
god!
I think they have a prop for that. Like you could buy on the internet the Batman credit card thing.
I don't want campy,
I'd love
jokey Batman. I like dark Knight.
Oh, I
Batman.
love 66 Batman.
Yeah,
it's like
me too.
best, dude.
I mean, Batman making
why I-
jokes in general, like making punchlines, is kind of out of character. I know Adam West
Steve,
Batman is
thank
most
you.
famous for that, but it's an interpretation of a character. Like if you're about to make a realistic Batman, you're gonna go with Ben Affleck's Batman.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
But
I'm
the Batman did make jokes and stuff in the comics. Like,
yeah.
like the Adam West Batman is the comics.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not. They didn't just.
time.
For the time. They're not just.
Yeah.
They didn't just make up their
Oh, yeah.
own thing.
We
I'd
need
rather-
an Adam West like campy Batman before I die. I swear to God. I don't like everybody's obsessed with Dark Knight and shit. I want a campy Batman again. God damn it.
I like Bat. Well, what happened? We lost.
I think we lost Andrew. Probably got disconnected.
He's like, oh my god.
Well, I mean, you guys. I mean, I love Batman and Robin, so whatever. But like, you saw you guys saw all my cool stuff.
No,
that I got for
Andrew
Batman.
got disconnected because he was sucking on that Toby shit.
Oh my god, dude!
Did you guys talk about the Eternals trailer at all or no?
I
didn't
didn't
get
care. It like
Oh.
looks. It
was
I'm-
god awful. I'm sorry, but it was the
amazing.
most boring trailer that I ever
Right,
watched
where's
in my
the
entire
action?
life.
Yeah, no,
I honestly don't even know who the
It's
Eternals are.
It's not the worst trailer ever. Justice League trailers was the worst.
I'm always
So-
giving hope because no, the worst trailer was the Star Trek Beyond trailer. That was horrible.
Good with that.
Oh my god, did you see that?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, the Phase 4 Marvel movie that I'm looking forward to is Shang-Chi. That looks so
Mine-
badass.
The
Yeah,
Phase 4 movie for me is No Way Home.
I'm not a huge fan of kung fu movies, but I'll watch.
For me, it's Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't.
No Way
I
Home,
couldn't
yeah.
care less about Marvel.
I'm
You
just
know-
scared for No Way Home. I mean, I'm excited, but it's just too much.
Oh, and
stuff.
by the way, the reason why I left for a second because of all that nonsense
What
Skeptic
nonsense?
was saying.
What 66 Batman's great?
Yeah, I was like,
It is great. What are you
It is
talking
great.
about?
It is
Well,
great.
I mean, it's
I
the
am
Batman that
vengeance.
most people grew up with it.
Well, I
get it.
started with
But,
Michael
okay,
Keaton.
so hold on a second. We're gonna end this. We're gonna end this Batman 66 conversation right now.
Okay,
Without that movie,
Okay.
there is no or without that show, there is no Batman. Because
Okay.
Batman was garbage and no one gave
It's
a shit
true.
about that character. Without that show, there's no Joker,
True
there's
that.
no Riddler, there's nothing.
In terms of guys, in terms of popularity, that's the first time Batman became popular. And the Batman was around since the 40s. There's no radio show.
Ever.
There's no TV show. There's no nothing. And they made the show and it was a huge success. And they contoured it for the times Batman was as jokey as he was in the show, in the comics as well. So it was from there. That's where you get the popularity. It snowballs to 89 Batman, and from there just takes right off. You wouldn't have all this Batman stuff, all these animated movies, these animated cartoons, any movies at all without the 66 Batman.
Yeah.
That's God's honest truth. It's true.
And hold on, one more thing. The producers of that 66 Batman show also did a TV series based on the Green Hornet. Now, the makers of that, and that was with Bruce Lee. That's Bruce Lee's first show in America. Now, the makers of that show made Green Hornet serious. That was a serious show. People were dying, and Green Hornet was a serious character. And Bruce Lee was badass, kicking the shit out of people. That show was serious because to them, Green Hornet was the old radio shows and the old serials and stuff, and those were serious. Those are serious interpretations. So they thought Batman was fun and cheesy and silly, and Green Hornet.
Didn't that show only got one season or two?
Yeah, and exactly. I thought that's what your point was, that Green Hornet wasn't successful. So
yes,
yeah, it's like they made it at the same time in a serious vein, and no one liked it.
Right. So they made
see my logo, see my profile picture,
and that's one season, and they made Silly Batman, and that's 3 seasons.
Yeah, like I think there's a place for it, but I mean. Like I know, like I want, serious Batman as well, but there'll always be a place for campy Batman. I mean,
it depends what they're trying to do with they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Like overall, I'm happy. Like we're gonna get Batman so much. I would say, like we're getting like the Batman movie trilogy. We're getting this Batman anime series. I feel like people are gonna be mad, but we're gonna get more Batman than we usually got.
You guys get Batman animated movies every 2 weeks, so I don't know.
Yeah,
it's like, dude,
it makes
I don't know
me
how
happy.
many Batman movies are there now? 3? Like, what the hell?
300?
Yeah,
I need to see the Batman 66 cartoon that came out a couple years ago before.
There's 2 of them. The Two-Face one is the best one.
Oh, I need to see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you like the Two-Face way? Yeah, it was okay.
That cartoon was so trash.
Which was the one where Batman became bad?
The first one.
I don't like. Okay, you're right.
Are you good, Andrew?
Yeah, no, I know I'm right.
You're right.
Can I just say this?
Jesus Christ.
I'm actually getting into the Batman animated series on HBO Max, and I have to admit, some of the episodes were really great, and some of the villains like Clayface, Two-Face, and those two, they don't feel like actual villains, yet anti-heroes that are actually characters.
Oh no, you bugging.
Yeah, you're on some crack.
If you didn't watch it when you was a kid, back then, you probably was born in 2000, so it makes sense. Yeah. If you grew up in the early 90s, then you understand.
Pissed the hell out of me.
No, he's saying he liked the animated series.
Yeah, I liked it.
No, I said like the villains. Like what you say about the villains? I disagree with that. No.
Yeah, I just.
Maybe I haven't watched the entire series. Maybe there's still more context to that. Sorry if I got that wrong, Anthony.
I always thought Clayface was a little bit. You felt a bit bad for him. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Oh, because
he's just an actor.
Yeah.
Like he's not like an asshole, right? Like he didn't. I don't know. Well, Steve. Well, Arkham and Steve are the 2 Batman people. What do you guys?
Yeah, never pissed me off with Batman.
I mean, Clayface is just an actor that wants to keep his reputation as an actor, and he gets this space so that he can still keep his role.
So, Steve, what's your interpretation of that?
Like, no, how they did Clayface was perfect to me. Like, he was an actor, and like he had an accent, and he harkened back to his days, like as a matinee idol. The animated series is the definitive, to me, Batman in any other medium than comics interpretation. Like that's just it. Like I know that it gets a little bit weirder closer to the end when it's the adventures of Batman and Robin.
Oh my God, Rennie Goodness. What's up, Rennie Goodness?
It's like Penguin. Penguin is more like the Batman Returns Penguin and stuff. But like the animated series, basically whatever they put in there is my belief is the character.
Yeah. There's
my alien shirt.
He didn't do the mud pack and all that stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
Oh,
nice.
The animated
nice
series
Clayface
is like
Funko Pop.
True.
He's about like 2 of those.
it's like the true interpretation of Batman. That's how I feel
see
like.
what's going on. I see what's
What-
going on.
like-
It's always true and fake.
What?
It's
It's our
never.
opinions. You can't change our
What are you
opinions.
talking
Andrew.
about, Andrew?
Andrew,
Somebody
likes
I'm
Campy
totally
Batman.
lost.
Like how I see
I always
Batman,
hear this
the
from so
best
many
Batman
people. This is
for
the
me.
real. This is the fake one.
Oh, Anthony, you got called out by Belle Reeves.
Anthony, what happened?
I don't even
No,
remember
no,
what
no,
happened.
because me and Belle always joke around, and I always call her Granny Goodness because so we just joke around.
I was completely.
Anybody want some cheese?
I mean, Belle, happy Memorial Day tomorrow. Thank you for serving the country.
Serving the country? Was she in the army?
Yeah.
Was she in the army?
Yeah, she was in the
Let me
army.
prove my
Such a
point.
nice person.
Let me prove my point. Look what I have right here. This is what
Andrew,
I think.
you heard it, okay, Andrew? Okay.
Andrew, you have to accept people have different
What are
opinions.
you trying?
Yeah,
what are
they
you
have
trying to
different
say?
opinions, bro.
I like the '89 Batman, but I love the '66 as well. I love it all.
Okay, I see what's going on.
What? What's
What do
going
you
on?
see?
It's like there's all in different interpretations of Batman. Like
At least I'm not.
my definitive Batman is from the comics.
At least
and
I'm not
animated
a
series.
Snyder fanboy.
Like
Skeptic said.
Andrew, you suck Toby dick every day, bro. So I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Whoa!
I'm sorry.
Well, you suck.
Like, I'm
Snyder's.
sorry, bro. Everybody got their own opinions about Batman. If Stephen Kevin Conroy Batman and the animated series, that's his opinion.
What's this question?
Like, bro,
Yeah.
There's a Lego Michael Keaton Batman.
I like Ben Affleck, Michael Keaton. To me, they're
Oh,
the
it's like
best
food.
Batman.
I'd look it up.
Like my
Yeah,
number
yeah,
one
yeah.
live action Batman is Ben Affleck. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to admit.
I gotta
It's mostly
admit.
based
Sorry, go on.
I
Why do
just
we
have
have
my
so
own
many things
preference.
here?
I gotta
Ooh,
admit.
yeah,
I was really
yeah.
hoping for this for the new Batman movie.
that looks cool. That's
Yeah.
what
Blue
I'm
and red.
The blue
Yeah,
and
blue and
yeah.
gray is
Yeah, that's
great.
actually
Yeah,
pretty
that-
cool.
They were gonna do
Right
that,
here,
but I guess
awesome.
not.
Yeah, I
Well,
like the
Belle
hush.
Reeve,
I like the
what's
hush
wrong with
too.
me? These guys.
By the
got
way,
them poked in my bed.
speaking of Ben Affleck, I heard that Christian Bale's
Zack
character was
Snyder.
originally going to be in the DCU in Man of Steel.
Yeah, that would've
That's
been
what I heard.
trash.
Oh,
That would have
God.
been.
That was what he was thinking about, but
No,
that never
no.
happened.
I did have a
So
feeling
it was
before
100%
BBS
on the
that
table, person. No.
okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't work anyway.
What's wrong with me? Oh, I know what's wrong. These
Damn.
guys push my buttons.
We didn't do anything to you.
We just have our own opinions, Andrew.
I think Andrew's buttons get
Yeah,
pushed when
Stephen,
someone
is
shares
that-
their
is
own
that an
opinion.
alien
It has
shirt?
nothing to do with them. It's like-
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
What
Oh, boy.
happened?
Oh my God, Andrew, you're a butthurt, bro. Jesus Christ.
What's going on?
Grow up, bro. Grow up. Is that an
Yeah,
alien
all of us-
shirt?
Oh, okay. I know this is off the
Yeah,
topic,
sure.
but can we just talk about the Luthor reveal in Superman and Lois, saying
Oh,
that Luthor was
great.
actually
Oh, that
John,
was great.
John Henry Irons as Steel?
That was
I never actually
That's
thought of
cool,
that.
yeah.
I
Who
haven't
liked
seen
it?
that show yet. I need to.
Okay, so hold on. Let's go.
Oh,
Anthony,
wait, you haven't-
Anthony,
I
did
am
you
so
like?
sorry.
Did you like that?
It's all right.
Did you like that being
So what?
Steel? Did you like that?
Oh,
it
the
was
Steel
John.
Great,
Yeah, and
like,
like
that was the greatest plot twist in the history of television. Like, we all thought he was Captain Luthor from another dimension. His planet
Yeah.
got destroyed during Crisis on Infinite Earth, and he came back to warm everybody in Smallville, right?
Damn
Smallville. He's salty.
Yeah, you are. You're
and then,
salty, man. I'm sorry.
I have to admit, this is
And so,
Okay.
I mean, it was great. I like the actor is doing a phenomenal job playing Steel. He
Hell
deserves
yes.
his own show. I'm
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
hey, like
What,
if they do
Shaq
a
is
spin-off
Steel?
of Superman and Lois with a big budget, I wouldn't mind a Steel. I wouldn't mind a Steel show.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'll give my
Yeah.
2 cents. We're gonna go around. We're gonna go around. I forgot. I should have started with me. Okay. When that guy was Steel, that was the damn best. I like literally was like punching the screen, like because the thing is, like, finally, I couldn't believe how awesome it was. First of all, they explained the way his hammer works with the kinetic energy. Like the further back he goes, the more it travels, the more it gathers, and it hits harder. That was sick. He's like, if I throw it from here, it's like a punch. If I throw it from here, it's like a car. If I throw it from here, you're like, yeah. That actor is the damn best. Oh my god, so good. It's like that's an original black character. They made him kick ass. They made him awesome. He's written well. He's acting well.
Like Black
there you
Superman.
go, Warner Brothers. There's Warner. You make that guy. Do something with that guy. Like, I don't understand. I thought it was perfect. Okay, Steve, what did you think of that reveal?
Oh, it's fantastic. I was almost cheering. Like, that guy is awesome to begin with. If they kept him as Luthor, I still would have been happy.
Yep.
But like having him as Steel is genius. When he pulled out the hammer, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It was awesome, man. He should have his own show. I completely agree. And I want to know what happened to his daughter.
Yes. Exactly. Sean, what were your thoughts?
I thought it was pretty cool. I like what they're doing with this show and that they're mixing and matching different elements of Superman and making something new that we haven't seen before.
Yes.
So this is cool that he's from another dimension and he turns out to be John Henry Irons. Like we all know who that is. Obviously they're gonna team up, or maybe not. I don't know. But I like that they showed the costume in this episode, and they showed that the hammer as well. So everything's there for him to be Steel. So it's really cool, and I like how they're opening up gradually. Like, this is what, episode 7? That's pretty cool. So I don't know, like, how many more episodes there are this season. But this is great. Like, I like the constant reinvention that they're doing in this show to make it interesting.
Yeah, Skeptic, you didn't see it, right?
Shaquille O'Neal's pretty good, right?
Well, Shaquille O'Neal's cool, of course, but this guy's a little bit better.
I haven't seen anything about that. I haven't seen that show, but Steel's cool.
Yeah.
All right, Marco, what did you think? You thought it was? You brought up the topic, so I guess you liked it.
When they first revealed in the files, when they say the guy's name is John Henry Irons, I immediately was like, "Oh my god, that guy is Steel from the comics." I was like, "Luthor is Steel?" And when he does the hammer, my jaw hit the floor. Like, I was like, oh my god. I never even thought of that because I don't even know. Like, in the comics, he used to look up to Superman. But in the Superman Lois TV show, he's really doing the Batfleck in BVS. Like, we need to take him out in the absolute certainty. Like, oh my god. Like, this version of the character, I was in shock. Like, that reveal, which makes it so impactful. And
yeah,
wow.
That was awesome.
What did I find?
Arkham, what did you think about? Did you see Superman and Lois? Or
yeah, I saw it. I really liked it. I liked how we got the backstory, because I liked how they did flashbacks between Lois, and I liked the reveal to find out it's Steel, and it was. I think it was. I really liked the episode. I'm liking the whole series. If it doesn't feel like a CW show, really.
No, it does not, which is good. Yeah.
That's exactly what I was saying. It stands out than all the other CW shows because of its tone, of its color grading, of the camera movement.
Yep, the color grading too.
It's like if Zack Snyder was actually doing a CW show. Actually, like when I first saw Arrow and like the Flash and like the first seasons, I thought, this could probably be fit in the DCU because of like their modern interpretations of said characters. But when I heard that they're in their separate entity, I was like, oh god, that's a wasted opportunity. They couldn't have actually did an actual extended universe in the media, and that would actually make it a promotional better. But Superman Lois is a show would be like okay, it's gonna be like any other typical CW show. They're probably gonna put some political stuff and probably have do the CW typical fashion, but it actually stands out. It stands out like great. Arrow and the other stuff. It's actually really good.
Andrew, what did you think of?
Welcome back.
Did you watch Superman and Lois?
Yes, I did.
Did you like it?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Okay, you're good.
You need a hug.
Andrew's fine.
Andrew, do you need a Happy Meal?
Where'd you get the shirt? Where's the alien shirt?
I got it in a store in Canada. It's called Sunrise. I guess it's the American
Sunrise Records.
Yeah, Sunrise Records.
Yeah.
What's the American version of that? Do you know?
I think it's FYE. is probably the American.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been to that place.
Is that a place, guys? Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah. I went to the mall. It's usually in the mall by me.
Okay, so you could probably get. So Steve, you want to stand up, Steve? Show the full. So it's The Egg. This is the poster for part 1, which is my 11th favorite movie. That's my 11th favorite movie.
You know Batman kills. You know Batman kill aliens in the comics.
Yes.
Dark Horse.
Even parademons.
Andrew doesn't want. We're not picking on Andrew.
Andrew, relax. I mean, to me, like Superman are just keep getting better and better each episode.
Yeah,
there's not one episode that nobody dislikes.
Yeah, I'm liking. What I'm really liking is Superman Lois. I'm still liking the Flash. The Flash, I would say, is better than usual.
I hate season 7.
I mean, I can understand. The first half of season 7 is about the power of love and family, which the execution is just very mediocre. Like the forces are acting like if they're children.
Yeah,
it's just so weird. Yeah, they're grown adults.
It's definitely weird. Just the powers. I'm glad it's done with because
here's to make things worse. Next week, Cisco's leaving the show.
Oh, I heard about that.
But
Cisco from Space Nine.
It got a little bad too when it's like when Iris is like, "Oh, we should have babies," and like Flash, I like your impulse. I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, that's
really?
so forced.
I mean,
why did you do that?
I mean, it isn't. I think it's just a setup impulse in like the future episode.
Well, yeah, it is, but it's just how they did it was.
Well, we
really
know that.
The thing is that
I would want another.
The thing
Superman
is that
movie with
if
Henry Cavill,
there was no
I would want
COVID,
Superman Lois to continue.
Okay, guys, let me tell you the actual worst CW show. Ever since season 2, the show got worse and it just changed the tone, and that is Legends of Tomorrow. The first 2 seasons of the show had an actual plot. It was pretty good, and I think they should have ended around season 2. But
yeah, season 1 and 2 were good, and the
sucks.
rest are utter garbage. Like actual garbage.
Everybody, as bad as Legends is, though, it's still not as bad as Batwoman, man.
I agree.
Batwoman.
I haven't caught up on Batwoman yet. I took a little hiatus from that.
One at a time. But can I just say this? Like, you could just say that for all the Arrowverse shows.
Yeah,
they always have 2 great seasons and then go to crap.
Yeah.
I thought Green Arrow got better for me. I didn't like the first 2 seasons. It was too much teen drama. I'm like, oh, my mom and all that. I'm like, yeah, I don't care.
Did you just say you hated Malcolm Merlyn and Deathstroke?
I liked.
Yeah, I think I actually said those words.
But the problem
maybe I didn't say those words.
The problem with me is I don't like when I find that introducing new characters. I just didn't like them making Oliver Queen and Felicity a couple. It should have always been Black Canary. It should have always been Black Canary. I hated it.
The day before Heartstring.
Well, I mean, I don't mind it at all. I mean, it is a different version of the character, and you know what? It is what it is. But let me tell you something.
Oh, I want to say this: Steel is not a villain in this.
But he's trying to take out Superman.
But he look, and Sean, we know this. He's going to team up with him.
This is the real villain, Morgan Edge.
They're of course, Morgan Edge is going to create an army of bad guys. Steel is going to get the freaking if he gets the S and the cape, I'm going to absolutely lose my shit.
Don't do something like that.
I'm going to lose my shit.
Superman in a good way or a bad way?
No, Steel is the
good way. My evil Superman.
Good way. Yeah. I love Steel. I like when the rebirth stuff happened. I got every one of those issues. I love John Henry Irons. He was like making a Man of Steel suit, and when he's like, "No, I'm the Man of Steel," that was the freaking best.
That was the best written line ever.
I wonder how they're gonna translate.
Okay, sorry, Marco. Hold on. Sorry, Marco was gonna say something. Then Andrew.
Oh my god, that the Man of Steel line that was just so epic. Ever since the BVS line, "Do you bleed?" That gave me chills. I was like, "What? What?"
Right. All right, Andrew.
But how do you think they're gonna like? Well, what you said about the Steel costume, with the big S and the cape with the metal mask, how is that gonna be translated into live action?
The way that they translate everything else, it's like
the thing is that they haven't finished the show yet, and the show finished in August 1st.
You want truth?
Like,
you want
if
Jordan to
they
go bad?
Have Stairways suit, you know.
Skeptic always has his camera like that. Look, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. When they had the Max Fleischer Superman costume,
Yes.
everyone loved it, and that's the exact costume. So that translated just
Yeah,
well
like,
enough, didn't it? That translated beautifully. Everyone liked it. So you can have the tights. So all right, you can have any costume. You can have any superhero costume from the comics
Isn't
you
the
want.
I think the next 3 episodes. I think I know one of the episodes this season is he's gonna wear the suit again. It's gonna be like a throwback episode. But I forgot.
I mean,
what
I gotta be
episode
honest.
it's gonna be.
That's gonna, that is happening, Anthony.
I think the most
Oh.
unrealistic about how he got the suit is that his mom made it for him, which I kind of find that.
He
How
did
do you
say that.
make a spandex? Can his mom, who lives in Kansas, make a spandex suit like that? That is just unrealistic.
Well,
Bro,
here's why.
Martha.
Here's why.
She could do
Because,
whatever she wants. It's Martha.
here,
Yeah, it's in the
I know
She
why.
always
I
wears
know why.
Superman suits.
Because in some different versions of the character, they used the blanket that he was wrapped in after falling into Earth to make it into
Oh.
the costume.
Yeah.
Oh,
that is
okay.
sort of what
I didn't know
is
that.
Sort of what they say.
Actually, didn't know
Now
that.
the new suit reforms itself. And actually, I rewatched episode 1 last night with my wife because she hasn't seen any of it. So I've spoiled the whole show for her, but she doesn't care about spoilers. We're just going to watch it anyways. But I watched when Steel, now that we know it's Steel, when he first took him up into space and stabbed him with the kryptonite, when he took it out, it also reformed. So it was there from the first episode. The suit reforms.
Oh,
That's
I didn't
pretty
know
cool.
that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yep.
saw that when I watched it. It like when he took the kryptonite stuff out, it's the suit starting healing.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, the suit. Yeah, the suit
Yes.
puts
I
itself
think dude
back. So
got
that's why.
nanotech,
it's
like nanotech.
Oh, there it is.
I think the suit got
Awesome.
nanotech, which makes sense.
It's got nanotech. You're right. I think it
Yeah,
does.
it's nanotech.
See, this makes
It's
sense
like-
in the story.
I think
Once
maybe
it gets-
yeah, I think Ryan Shaw made the suit for him. Because we saw like Ryan Shaw in Crisis on Earth. I don't know what the fuck happened to that character because I don't know what happened to him.
I
after
don't know.
Crisis. They haven't explained. But like,
I don't remember.
I mean,
I know he
the
became a
suit's
dad.
nanotech and it's good.
I think the suit is made up of the Kryptonian technology that Cal uses.
But I remember, when I was watching Enoch once, he remember like talking about the suit, like saying like every time he puts on the suit, he feels like he gets like extra money just by doing this, and it blows up.
Oh, I remember he said that. Yeah, that. But you know what? I think the suit forms around him. I bet you it forms around him. You think? That's
Yeah, it forms around him. Yeah.
I like the suit. I don't
So
think
they're doing an Iron Man copy.
Oh, I mean,
Well, Iron Man.
the Superman Lewis Superman suit is okay. It's just that I think the S is a little, basic and a
Too
bit
small.
small compared to the Man of Steel suit, which is very more distinct and looks more alien-like. It just, it's just my take.
Yeah, I mean, I like the normal S because it's an S to me. Like I don't like.
Okay,
While
we're on the subject about Superman suits, I want to talk about there's a line in Girls in 5 in like the first episode explaining why they wear these, and that was pretty interesting. Is because it helps them maneuver while they're flying. I thought that was actually kind of an interesting explanation of why superheroes with flight abilities have capes instead of just for superhero fashion for the status quo.
Are you saying in Supergirl where they said she needed the cape for maneuverability? All right, is that what you were saying?
Cape maneuver.
I did not like
that's
that
what I'm
angle at
saying.
all. I didn't like. I thought that was silly. I'm like, well, she could just fly, like whatever.
Well,
I don't like
the
the combination of powers.
Supergirl has turned into a hot garbage show.
Yeah.
What it is.
It was
Well,
always
it was-
a hard garbage
What is the
show.
last season?
Yeah,
Now.
Supergirl.
I'm
Exclusive
Trash.
clip. Guys, we have an exclusive
Yeah.
clip from the next episode of Supergirl.
trash.
Dumpster fire.
Is it controversial for me to say that I think the whole CW universe, for the most
Oh,
part,
Lord.
besides Superman and Lois, is kind of garbage?
Well, here I know how you can describe Supergirl in the
It's
world
kind of
a
garbage,
certain
yeah.
corner. it's
Yeah.
trash.
Well, Black Lightning is not too bad. I haven't finished this season.
Yeah, it's really good.
I haven't finished the
suggest
season as
watching-
well.
Yeah, I like the
Black
actors.
Lightning's actually. I mean,
Yeah,
Black
but-
Lightning is actually a really good show.
It's good.
But here's the thing: like when it comes to
you know,
like comic book television, here's how I would label it as like really great television. I would take like Superman and Lois, the first 2 seasons of The Flash and Arrow, Smallville, the old '90s Flash TV series, and some of the old classics like George Reeves Superman. That's what I consider great comic book television.
I wasn't a fan of Smallville because Superman's not in it, so it's like it's not.
Well,
Superman to me.
they say the Superman
Smallville
legend
was kinda
begins.
garbage to me.
Well, let's get to where it's already on. Like I don't.
I
need
gotta
to
be
see the
honest, I
beginning of the legend.
I wasn't really a big fan
Other than-
of Smallville, nor I was interested because, it's mostly like 10 seasons where Superman is a Superman and he just meets other superheroes from different shows. I thought it wasn't my cup of tea, by the
Which
way.
means he's not the first superhero now, right?
It's like
He's not the
Gotham.
first
Gotham
superhero.
fucking sucked.
Gotham is
Well,
not great either.
here's the thing,
but I
guys.
agree
Here's
with
why
I
I like-
agree with Andrew on the rest of the
The
picks.
reason why I think I like Smallville is because it's a good performances by Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum.
Yeah, I'm not against the performances. I'm just against the concept of not having Superman in a show where here's the problem. This is what I always say, and Sean says this too. They're expecting us to know about Superman in order to watch this show. So it's like, okay, well, okay, check this out. My wife watched. I promise you, she's not a comic book person. She watched the first season of Smallville and didn't know that it was about Superman because she doesn't know Superman.
They call him Clark.
No, she doesn't know that. But she doesn't know that.
Look what
She
I
doesn't
got
know.
here,
Doesn't know Clark Kent and all that. She doesn't know what that is. Like, so she's just watching the show. I was like, oh, that's supposed to be Superman. She's like, is it? She's like, well, when's he going to be Superman? I'm like, never. And she's like, well, I'm not going to watch this anymore. I'm like, exactly.
Well, he did become
You've
Superman right
already,
here
like-
in this scene.
Well, when in the
Yeah,
final season.
I know what you're going to. I'm not. Yeah, I understand what you're going to
Yeah,
say.
like I understand. Like I wasn't. Like,
Bro, he did not become Superman, bro. That was a CGI suit.
like
Yeah.
Anthony,
I think
just-
it was a pretty good show. I liked Smallville, but I did not like. I hated Gotham. I'm sorry, but I do not want to see this stupid ass show where you have a show a little boy Bruce Wayne growing up. I just don't like that. I just want to see him already him as an adult becoming Batman. I don't want to see this bullshit.
So basically,
I'm
you're saying
sorry, but
Wait,
like,
I agree with
that's
you.
the reason why I
time
hate
out.
it so much. Like the reason why I'm more excited for Gotham is because Bruce Wayne's already Batman in year one.
Well,
I don't have
that's
to
gonna be
watch.
about the cops. It's gonna be about
I
the
don't
cops.
have to have this bullshit. Like I
The
know it's
Arkham
about
show-
the cops. I know it's
I
a
mean-
cop show, but I just
Gotham
don't.
PD is gonna be Gotham 2.0.
But with Batman.
Gotham was a Jim Gordon show. And,
Right.
and-
Yeah.
and you're gonna have
Yeah.
Batman, Robert Pattinson make a
Yeah, he'll
cameo
have a
once in a
cameo,
while, not like every episode. I bet, but in
Right.
my opinion, I think Robert Pattinson will make a cameo like 2 times
In
in
fact, you can have like a cameo from
Gotham
Batman.
PD show.
In fact, in Gotham PD, you can just have a cameo of like
Yeah.
doing the classic
I
Batman.
mean,
talking
Catwoman's
to-
gonna be
Hey,
there.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
pretty sure.
Gotham
Yeah,
PD.
like,
What's
please.
that?
I would say
Gotham
this.
PD.
I'm more excited for Gotham PD than I was for the Fox show
I've
because
never
I
heard
hated
of
that trash.
Yeah, Jim Gordon show. Gotham
here's the thing.
2.0. Yeah.
Whatever, like that trash from Fox.
What the hell is Gotham PD?
Gotham PD.
I don't think it's called Gotham PD. I think it's just called
Yeah,
Gotham.
Gotham 2.0.
Yeah, we've got an exclusive
Oh,
clip.
are you just
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about?
Oh, boy, it's hot.
Oh,
This bitch. Woo!
Are you just talking about Gotham?
Andrew,
No,
There's going to be another show.
There's
called
this
Gotham
new
PD.
Gotham
Just
show
take
that
those-
is gonna be part
Yeah,
of
what's
Matt
going
Reeves.
on, Sean? Is there another Gotham show?
There's a the Gotham as we know it was going to be Gotham PD. Then they discovered that people didn't like that, so they tossed in supervillains. Now they want to do a new show called Gotham PD, which is what they wanted to do with Gotham, but you already did it and it failed.
What
so
the hell?
I don't know.
I think you butchered the name Gotham a lot.
Like this is
Yeah.
part of the Matt.
Can I say something?
yes, Andrew.
Okay, good.
Yes,
I agree.
Conan.
Like with this
My favorite
Gotham
movie.
City, I feel like we could. I'd rather just have like a
I agree.
Batman show entirely because even
Yeah.
even if we just have Pattinson's Batman make a cameo, it could just be the classic him
Yeah,
talking
give me
to
a
Gordon.
Catwoman show.
Oh, hold on,
Give me
I
a
wasn't done.
campy
I wasn't done
Batman
yet.
show.
I wasn't
Okay.
done yet. You could just have the classic Batman talking to Gordon next to the bat signal about a new criminal coming to Gotham.
I don't think we'll ever get a
Oh,
show.
that'd be
Here's
I'm
the
so
thing.
sick of these teases.
Like
Here's the thing. I don't want any more shows about Jim Gordon or Alfred or like Leslie
I
Tompkins
agree.
or
Well, here's the
friggin',
thing,
that
Steve.
third guy in the panel in the first Batman comic. Like, I'm done with it. Do a Batman show or don't bother
Well,
doing
here's the
any of this
thing,
crap.
Steven.
Yes,
Batman's more for the movies.
We're going to agree with Steven. It's
I
like
agree.
we don't want any more of this bullshit. We want Batman. We don't want
Yeah.
Batman's best friend. We don't want Batman's dog. We don't
We don't
want
want
Batman's
Batman's
neighbor.
cousin.
We don't want Batman's cousin. We don't want Batman's grandfather. We
J-Man.
don't want Alfred's best friend. We don't want his aunt. We don't want any of that. I want Batman. Or
Can I
don't do
speak
anything.
next,
Well,
please?
I
agree with you.
actually
I
watched
think-
the
okay,
Netflix
you
show on
gotta
HBO
remember.
Max.
One at
All
a
right,
time.
let's go, Anthony.
I'm gonna be honest. First of all, I know it's Matt Reeves, but I don't want to see him Jim Gordon show. Give me Catwoman or something.
Yeah.
Like,
We'll
Give me
probably
Riddler.
like
Give
I
me
know there's
Penguin.
rumors that there's gonna make a show of her with Matt Reeves. I'm perfectly fine
Yeah.
for doing a James Gordon show. Like that was basically the first season of Gotham and Jim Gordon show. Then they had a couple of villains about Batman. I don't want to see that. I mean, like I love Matt Reeves, but like, come on, Matt Reeves, you could have given us another Gotham show. Like everybody's, another Gotham show, fine. But like, I'm gonna
I
watch it.
agree.
Well, here's the
It's
thing.
just
Like,
not a
the reason why we haven't gotten a proper Batman show is because
Is this never gonna happen? Because
let me finish. It's because Warner Brothers thinks Batman is more marketable and profitable on the big screen.
Right.
they are right.
Oh yeah, you're right. But
They are right. He's never meant for TV. Like,
Then why
if
is
you think
Superman
of-
on TV?
Because they don't have any faith in the character.
Yeah, they don't have faith in character. Like Batman is Batman. Everyone loves Batman.
Yep.
And
Titans have a Batman.
it's kind of obvious that
Well,
he should
technically a
always
Bruce Wayne.
he would always be on the big screen because like he's too pop. He doesn't fit on the small screen. Like,
yeah,
I would always want him to be on the big screen on the movie.
Agreed.
and I agree with you, Arkham. Like, he's never going to be on the small screen, and that's fine. Like, we have the Adam West Batman, where Batman was on television at that time. If we're not going to have that happen again, that's fine. But stop doing all these other shows about the Batman universe and not have Batman. I would actually prefer if they did a Nightwing show set in Bloodhaven, separate from Batman, give him Nightwing villains, and just do that.
But that's still not about Batman.
Isn't that
bloody
Titans
perfect.
technically? Titans
That's
is
perfect.
about.
Yeah,
Isn't that
I
Titan?
That's
think
perfect.
we will. I think we will get that, but like I think like what Matt Reeves is doing is like he starts off with Gotham PD, and we all know the Catwoman shows come in because like multiple people say. I'm assuming it's coming, like announcement. I don't know, but like what I think what he's
With a
doing is
Catwoman
like,
show, I'm fine.
I think he's just after he's done with like the 3 trilogies, he's gonna set up all these spin-offs, like one for Nightwing and like he's gonna have all these spin-offs that like we actually want, and I think the Nightwing spin-off TV show will come.
I'm thinking like, I don't know. I'm like 100% with Steve on this one, and Steve always comes up with this great idea, like 10 minutes before I'm ending a stream, and he comes up with this this is perfect. Like Nightwing, that's perfect because then it's not Batman. You can have Dick Grayson. He could do all the same kind of Batman-y kind of stuff that you do, but it's Dick Grayson. Have him the blue, the car with the blue symbol. That's sick. Bloodhaven, that's a crazy
like
evil
Titan,
town.
right? Like Titan.
Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are acting like Titans doesn't exist.
I know. But
my
they're saying let's do Catwoman, like, and all that. It's like if you're gonna do a Gotham show where it's only about one character, then do Dick Grayson.
Batman, never say never with Batman on TV, because if the next 4 movies don't perform to expectations that Warner Brothers sets, then yes, Batman's coming on TV. That's what happened to Superman. So it's like it's not fair to us, but we get more Superman on TV that way. But yeah, I mean, if you guys don't like the next Batman, then they make other movies and then they misfire too, then yeah, Batman's coming to television.
Right.
And that probably won't happen. That likely won't happen. But I'm just telling you that that's all they look at is success and money. That's all they look at.
Yeah,
They don't look at art.
The thing with Titans, like
Yeah.
like the thing with Titans is that the season finale suck ass in Titans. Holy shit!
Yes.
Like I don't
thank
get
you.
about Titans. Like, bro, like both seasons. Like, I hate season 1 of Titans. That shit was trash. Like
I love
season 2
season one.
was
I'm
great in
sorry.
Titans. But like,
I think you
but
didn't
the
like season 1
finale
simply because
in
of
Titans was Diana Troy will die from an electric thing.
Yeah,
Really?
I didn't
Like,
like that.
Emmerdonian will die
I'm
from-
with you on that, Anthony. I'm definitely with you on that one. I swear to God. Like, you couldn't have had Connor hold up the pole instead of Donna Troy. And plus, her death has no meaning because she's going to get
You're not
resurrected from
warning
the
me,
dead.
TJ. You don't know that,
Yeah.
TJ.
I
You're not
I
warning me.
didn't like the death. What they could have done is like where the scene where Deathstroke was shooting, she could have died at that scene.
Well,
if
well,
this
he's already in
happens,
Titans.
God, if this happens,
Well, he's already in
he's gonna be ruined.
Titans. Well, he's Bruce Wayne in Titans. So, there's
Yeah.
going to be flashback of him wearing the suit. So,
Yeah,
maybe,
look at
who
this.
knows?
If this happens, Geek Prime, then he's gonna be ruined like Supergirl did to Tyler Superman.
I would like to
well,
pick up this
I mean,
comment
if he show up
because-
in Superman and Lois as
Okay,
Bruce Wayne, I'll be fine. But in Batwoman, no.
Okay,
Well, we
wait.
technically
Okay,
saw
speaking of
him
that,
wait, we saw him in episode 1 of Batwoman.
No, I didn't see
That
it.
was Bruce
Season
Wayne.
2, episode 1.
It was at the back of his head.
Well, season 2.
Okay,
yeah.
well,
I do not want Batman to show up. I'm sorry, but I will.
okay. Well, here's the thing. The interesting
I
thing
will
is
go
that
to Warner Brothers and
Guys-
freaking kill all
guys,
of them.
listen.
Whoa, Arkham, Jesus.
No. Okay, guys.
I'm sorry,
Okay,
but I
can
do not want
Can I please
Batman
talk
to do something else.
for like a minute?
Okay, so
I think
let's give Marco a chance to speak, and then I'm going to say goodbye to my panelists. Go for it. Oh, you're frozen.
Okay.
Are you? That was
Okay.
about time.
Oh,
the show is that when I was starting it, I was
KFC Wi-Fi.
okay. So the thing about the Batwoman show is the interesting part of where is Bruce Wayne, and Kate Kane, her cousin, decides to take over the mantle for him so that she could keep Gotham safe while she finds Bruce Wayne. But then season 2 happened. Kate Kane goes
Bruce
missing
Wayne
again,
is not
and then there's this
dead.
new character named Wild Wilder. I know,
Ryan, yeah.
but I know they eventually found her, but I haven't seen it yet, so don't spoil me. And I know this is supposed to be Kane's story, trying to find her cousin, and it would be more impactful if Kate Kane was still the main star of the show to find Bruce Wayne. And what she does is going to make it more impactful because if this Ryan Wilder character tries to find Bruce Wayne, there's no tension. It's like, oh, hey, you're Bruce Wayne. Billionaire playboy, nice to meet you.
So-
I took over your cousin's mantle for
I
you.
think, I think what Marco's trying to say is that Batwoman is trash.
Yes.
Yeah,
That was
Batwoman.
like-
But
Yeah.
I'll give you this. I'll give it. If Batman show up, I would rather have him and Superman and Lois than Batwoman. Because Superman and Lois got better writers. That's just the
For
thing.
sure.
Yeah,
Batwoman
if you
should
show up
just-
there, I'll be happy. But in Batwoman, no. I'm sorry.
Batwoman
No.
should
I'm
just,
just
go
saying, it
quietly
hasn't-
into the night and never be mentioned again.
I agree.
I'm just saying it had an interesting hook. Like Batman is gone. They're probably basing it off the Batman RIP story, and Kate
Now, if
Kane is
Matt
just
Reeves want to
so-
do Batwoman and live action, okay, Matt Reeves, do your own version of Batwoman. I like that.
So the problem, Marco, is that Batman's gone. We have Kate Kane here. Cool. But then she just fights Batman villains. So I'm like,
Right.
so
Yeah, but we
just
know
have
that Batman is not gone. Like he's not.
Exactly.
He been missing for 5 years, which, in my opinion, probably might be Talia al Ghul kidnapped him or something. Who knows what she done with Bat? Like he's not gone. Like they're referencing a lot.
yeah, whatever the reason
throughout
is,
the
it's
years.
like, again, there's like, let's have this very, this strong female character, but let's just make them a derivative of the male character, but not
Right.
have the male character. It's the same pattern again. They keep doing it over and over again, and you get the same reaction. It's not doing a favor to the character or the audience. It's just nonsense.
I think
All
it
right,
would be
guys.
more effective if she would have said, "I'm not about to give them false hope and not think not think what they think I am. I'm going to become my own different superhero." Much like in the comics, considering that Batwoman in the comics, even though she's called Batwoman, she isn't related to the Bat family, if I'm correct.
And she killed Clayface, so she's a killer.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm
You
gonna
can get
say
the idea.
goodbye to the panel. Anthony,
All right.
thanks
Well,
for coming on.
bye.
dude.
Fuck
We appreciate
WB.
it.
Fuck.
Hey, J-Man.
Christopher
J-Man.
Nolan, Batman. Fuck it.
All right.
I just wanted to
Good
say
chat,
something,
guys.
man.
Good chat.
All right,
you.
Skeptics.
Also-
yeah.
All right.
Also,
see ya.
I talk a lot of Batwoman. I do a lot of Batwoman season 2 memes on my channel. I only have 2
care.
videos that are really short, and I did like a season 2 episode 1 ran on my channel. So check that out.
I
All
just
right, awesome. Cool,
I
guys.
don't
All
like
right,
that
thanks,
one.
Marcos.
Bye.
All right, Andrew,
Bye.
I'll see you on Friday, dude. You and me, all right?
All right, man.
Take
See
it
ya.
easy.
Take care.
Bye,
Take care,
J-Man. Nice talking with
All
you.
right.
Take
See
care,
ya.
Marco.
Mark,
I might
see
come
ya.
on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, take care. Did I accidentally close Arkham? Sorry, Arkham. Sorry, Arkham. I think I removed him by accident. Okay. All right, guys. So that was pretty good. We're gonna end off here. We're gonna be back. So I don't know what's going on. I'm supposed to be on someone else's stream tomorrow. I have no idea what's going on with that at all. So I have no idea. I will just be somewhere. I'll try to text you guys if I'm around. But I literally don't know. Have I gotten anything? No. So and then this Thursday we're gonna do the comics again. We'll be back. The 3 of us will be back, and Gray Malkin may or may not come as well. So he's been messaging me, and that'll be open. The last half an hour or so we open up to everybody. Oh, he just wanted to mention Batman's dog is getting. Oh yeah. I know Batman's dog is getting
A movie or a show?
I don't know. There's that
DC Super Pets. Yeah.
Super Pets or whatever.
They already did that. I don't know why everyone's hyping about this. It's like they already did a whole cartoon called DC Super Pets. No, there was like there's Crypto and there's Bat Hound and whatever. Anyway,
I don't know. But yeah, okay. So we'll be back on Thursday, and then we're gonna be back on Friday. It's gonna be Andrew and I, and everybody in the chat's gonna be very nice. I know it. So we're gonna make sure everyone's very nice with Andrew and I. And then Sunday, 1 week from today, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, we'll be back discussing whatever we're gonna discuss. And I'm sure it's gonna be I'm sure there's stuff that happens every day right now. It's like every day there's some kind of bullshit going on. So we'll discuss it then.
I can't even follow everything that was going on. I was like getting super confused.
I know there's so many things going on. Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows anymore.
It was chaos.
But all right, guys, thanks so much for joining us, and be seeing